Hey, folks, and here we are, just getting prepped here. So give me a minute. And then once we're up and running, I will invite Annette in. So you know this might take a minute or two for you guys to get situated. Once I see Anna Lee and Christian's names, I'll be more comforted. Amy, how you doing? Good to see you tonight, Christian. Carrie G, let me know how the video and audio is. I've got to invite Annette in. Arlene, Debbie, how you doing? CM, Lisa, tweet. All right, we're on a roll here. I've got Annette's invite out. That is sent. We're wait with bated breath. Good. Well, that was fun revisiting that show from last year. Susie, Eileen, Joy, Diane, Dot, Giselle, Glenn, good seeing everybody tonight. How's everyone doing out there? We have brought back the Falalala Llama. That's per audience request right there. So I'm just going to text Annette quickly just so she knows that we're running. We're on. So the idea is we're just going to, this is probably part one of the 2023 prediction shows, because we're actually going to be doing the same thing next week. I forgot that Annette and I actually did 3 prediction shows at the end of last year. We did one on Christmas Eve. We did one on New Year's Eve. We did one just after New Year's Day with Linda G. So if you missed our schedule, we obviously just replayed last Christmas Eve. Now we have tonight. On Friday, we're replaying the Linda G and Annette show from last January 2nd. And then next week, I'll be on live at Tuesday to get questions. Next Wednesday night, we're going to do the same thing again. We're going to play last year's New Year's Eve show, followed by live with me and Annette around the same time. So that show is probably going to start 7 p.m. Eastern time. We'll do the replay 6 p.m. Eastern time. And then I'll probably replay the Linda G and Annette show next Friday as well. So the night before Christmas Eve, the night before New Year's Eve will be the Linda G stuff. And then I'll end up probably replaying tonight's show, maybe Christmas Eve, and next week's show, probably New Year's Eve, just to have up there in case people missed it the first time around. And then that's that. And then we'll deal with 2023 once it's finally upon us. So anyway, I hope everyone is doing all right during this holiday season. Happy Hanukkah, folks out there who's celebrating that. It's good to see you all. I am... Okay, Annette is on her way in, and here she is actually. Any second now. Well, and if you are confused, folks, you can follow. You got to be sideways, Annette.
Shoot.
You look and sound good. You're just sideways.
Yeah, I'm on my phone.
There we go.
I've had it with the Wi-Fi.
No, that's good, actually.
Is this too much? Is this too confusing?
No. You look good. Look and sound good.
Do I look similar to last year?
Not really.
I don't. I have the same shirt on.
Well, yeah, but the posters were on the other side of the room. You weren't by the window.
I almost changed it today. But
I had to do a poll in it, and they told me to put this sweater on instead. I thought we might do the matching bricks and wreath tonight.
Oh, I have the matching brick. I have these.
Yeah, that's good. I like it.
I like it for the back of the chair.
Yeah.
Boy, I watched it and we were so civil.
We were. Yeah.
We were quite civil. What happened?
You tell me. Are you chomping at the bit tonight or what?
What to do? Did we answer questions?
We had a bunch of different kinds of questions though, right? I mean, they were all over the map last year.
Yeah, it wasn't really specifically about this year so much. What did stick out was the disturbances I feel in the west side of the country. And remember I was talking about earthquakes in Hawaii. Well, I wasn't saying Hawaii, I said volcanoes. And that's pretty recent, but that started happening.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So anyway, happy solstice.
Yeah, same to you. Yeah, there was some good stuff in there in that last show. I forgot we did a
Yeah, I'm
lightning
trying
one.
to recap in my head what else was there. Something about COVID. Yeah, well, I always talk about when it's going to be over.
Yeah. Okay, so folks, how you doing out there tonight? This is live now. You just saw a recording from last year, but now Annette and I are here in the flesh for you. I'm Kory. She's Annette. She's the psychic. I am the sidekick. We're coming at you from Gloucester, Massachusetts. We do this every Wednesday evening for you all. I popped on last night, actually. Actually, Annette, did you know what happened last night on this channel?
I can't imagine.
I had to run around and visit people as I got stuck in Essex, right? And so I was going to be late for the chat. So I was messaging Christian Montone, one of our wrench people, through Facebook as I was driving home, and then also talked to Meredith. Meredith went on live by herself and started to do the show.
How'd she do?
She did great.
Oh my gosh,
yeah, I couldn't believe it.
So thank you. I would have filled in, but that wouldn't have made any sense.
Yeah, I know. You're taking questions for yourself for the next day.
Yeah, because I never know. I'm like totally in the dark when it comes to what the questions will be.
Yeah, so Meredith did that. She answered a few pet care questions because she's a veterinarian. So that was fun. And then when I showed up, Meredith left. I stopped that broadcast because I wanted to go through Zoom, and I brought Christian on, and the two of us did the show last night.
Oh my God, yeah. What did you do?
We just shot the breeze, and then we wanted to introduce Christian to everybody because he's been holding a wrench here for about a year now, and it was fun. It was a fun night in the live chat.
He has wrench credits now.
Yeah, and I want to say thank you to we've had 3 great wrench people, our moderators, all year long. They're actually right here behind me, if you can look through the window. There's Annalie Finch, this is Christian Montone, and Justin's mom is also here too. I don't think Justin's mom is with us tonight.
Cute.
Yeah, those are our 3 wrenches. Yeah. So if you're new to the channel, hello, but behave yourselves because our wrench people are serious.
Yes, they are. They slayed one. They slayed a bot on my Church of Spirituality on Sunday.
Oh, did they really?
Yeah, I'm talking about all these spiritual things and all pure as driven snow, and then this porn thing popped up.
Oh, it happened
right in the middle of my sermon.
Yeah, right as soon as Christian leaves the room. It's weird how it happens that way.
I don't think he watches my church.
As soon as he turns his back, that happens. So anyway, but yeah, so we had a blast last night. Got a bunch of great questions. Of course, we're gonna have I think we're gonna have a pretty good sized crowd tonight, and we'll take questions in real time as well. So that's the deal.
I have
the other thing,
I have a box. I have a box.
What do you? Oh, you do. Oh, I have things to show off as well.
I have a gift. Do you have a gift too?
A surprise.
I mean, it came. We have the same post office now, so
yeah.
It came through. Actually, what's your mail? What's your box?
Well, so no, I got. So you know how everyone
what's your
saw.
Box number? Yeah, what's your box number?
I'm 5432.
Oh, it says 5432 here.
Yeah, so it's for.
But
yeah,
I got it.
Because I think they're confused now because it's my box number but your name, and it has both of us on there. Yeah.
This is actually your package.
Well,
they handed over to me.
We'll see. So I have my gingerbread man peeps.
Oh, nice. You have more. Are you gonna make hot chocolate?
Also in it, but I found these candy cane peeps.
Yeah, but they're peeps. They're not candy canes.
Well, they're candy cane flavored. They're chicks.
Really?
There's like the little peeps. Yeah.
You know,
I found those at Tux Candy. Yeah.
Peeps have just, risen to a whole new dimension.
Yeah. So I'm going to pop one of those into a hot chocolate soon. I don't know if it's going to be the gingerbread or the peppermint or the candy cane one.
Well, look at what I have.
All right, let's go.
Do you know what this is?
I know what that is. Sure. You got a Gucci there.
Gucci Daddy. It's a the Sicilian fig cookie. I was busy. I was given a workshop on Saturday, but my sisters and mom got together and made lots of these. I haven't even had one yet, but I just made a cup of tea. If you're really nice to me, I might give you one.
Ooh.
You have to be really nice to me.
Oh boy, yeah. Time
And
will
then we
tell.
can trade them because you can trade me one of your mom's cookies. Did she make them yet? She must have. I feel like Christmas is like next week and it's in a few days.
Yeah, my mom's, she literally has the next 2 days off just to bake. She's gonna bake her brains out.
Yes, she is. And
Yeah.
I'm gonna come get some cookies from you.
Yep, you got it.
So here's your package. Oh, should I open? Should I open? Or
Yeah, and I'll explain to newbies. So I know if you folks, you want us to start answering questions now, we usually start the show with just getting caught up, a little banter. We like to chat with folks in there, and we unbox some gifts. So
we really should take less time bantering. So let's banter quickly. Oh, look, it's a nice sleigh.
that's nice.
Oh, and money just fell out.
Well, what do you know?
10 for me, 10 for you.
Look at that.
Buy yourself a brewski. Hope you like peppermint as much as I do. These peeps are my oh. Here I was thinking you had the peeps.
I might be the psychic tonight.
Peeps, but this is from Purple Mauve.
Oh,
Is
really?
she watching? I don't know what her handle is, but I have enough peeps to last me into the new year, and they have red speckles on them. We have got to take our picture with the peeps because they said we can do that. I mean, they want us to send the picture in. Remember? I told you?
I have it. I have them.
And then they'll send us money.
Yeah, you think?
I would if I had a company and you were like, talking about it all the time.
Hey, who knew? Who knew the candy cane peeps would be sent? That was nice.
I'm going to have a candy guy because I love candy canes and I love peeps.
Go nuts. Yeah, thank you, Purple.
Just so everybody knows, I don't eat peeps all day long.
You do, but I've
a
seen
little sugar is good. Too much is toxic. But I am going to eat this.
Get it out. Those things are great.
Fig and fruit and spices, a lot of clove. Yum.
So, Annette, what do we want to start with tonight? We want to go moon phase again, and then we'll start with a community card to kick the night off.
Well, are we going to do a shorter show since we started late?
That's totally up to you. If we get on a roll.
You know how we do.
Yeah. We'll wait till Union arrives, and then we'll take it from there.
Can you hear this?
Yeah.
These are these beautiful bells from India that a viewer sent. You can hear them better than the other one? Weird. Yeah, but this one, the other one you could hear, right?
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah. This might be the Yun bell tonight.
Well, and the channel already got donations from Catherine Rodier, as usual, and Marby again too. So I thanked them already. That happened during the last show. So thank you. Big plans for the channel in 2023.
Yeah. Do you want to fill me in?
Well, we're building a studio actually. So I was with the two people helping me build the studio this afternoon. I actually filmed a segment with Linda Sabo, the change worker and hypnotherapist, it's like a 10-minute announcement about classes she's doing next month. And I was just going to fold that in, but we just gave it a test drive today and it was great. So they're ready for us. And maybe after New Year's, we go in there. Maybe even next week we can test it if you want together.
Yeah, because I need to tell everyone about what I'm doing too.
Yeah.
The moon is in the sign of Capricorn, right? Yes. And the sun just went into Capricorn. And it is winter solstice. And today is a really powerful day. I spent the morning in Salem because I wanted to get some spell things. So that was fun. Walking around town and getting those money spells going for the new year. The energy is high, but it's also, there's just a lot going on in the collective consciousness. So don't forget to stop and to breathe and to slow yourself down. Really important. Let's pull 3 cards.
All right, away we go, folks. Welcome to the show.
My table has got so much stuff on it. I need to move some things. Okay. So this is the longest night. So keep your Christmas lights on or your holiday lights on. Hey, did you see the menorah in front of the temple? Isn't that beautiful?
Very nice. Yeah.
Take a picture. We'll pull 3 cards.
Okay.
I was going to wear a whole different shirt. And then I looked at the video from last year and I was like, this will confuse everybody.
That's I know it has.
What year are we on? It just like blends into the next year.
And I was wearing the same sweater, but then someone brought up they wanted to see the llama sweater instead. So we took a poll and people wanted the llama sweater.
Oh, well, we would have matched last year if you'd
I
won.
know. It would have been horrifying.
You want to just come and get this one? I'm sure you have yours in your closet.
Yeah. No, I've got them here at the ready just in case we switch things
Yeah,
up.
you know, and in our video, I noticed that I said something like, Kory, you look like you're in a Hallmark movie. And then somebody sent me an email and they said that this isn't a Hallmark movie.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, I know. But I was saying that in the video. I'm like, Kory, you look like you're something out of a Hallmark movie. Huh. And then somebody said that I was surprised that that was a psychic impression, I guess.
Interesting.
The collective energy. Okay, so I have, there are a lot of really devastating things happening in the world at the present moment. So that's why I have the Three of Swords. So the guides are saying to really take time and to get centered and to be in a peaceful place, because it does calm down the collective energy. So it's kind of like, make it kind of like a job that you do. It's like, this is my job. This is my responsibility to calm it down and to not engage in the stress and the chaos, because there is so much going on in the collective. There's a lot of suffering in the world. I know there always is. It's kind of at a peak right now. Most Americans are kind of freaked out by what's going to happen in less than 3 weeks from now, with the Republicans slated to take over the House and create absolute chaos. So we're going to see a lot of fear and a lot of we're picking up on a lot of fear and a lot of feeling like things are out of control. But the Eight of Wands is like, hang in there with your thoughts, because we will catapult out of this insanity that we're in and come to some semblance of balance where everybody kind of settles down. We just came off of this week, as we all know, the January 6th committee conclusion hearings. And I don't know if they delayed the releasing the entire report, which is 1,000 pages long. I don't know if they delayed making it public, because it was supposed to come out today. The people in the chat will know if it was released yet. I heard there was some kind of a delay, like maybe tomorrow morning or something instead of today. That it's a lot. If you're cognizant of what's happening in this country, it's a lot. I just got through watching Zelensky at a press conference with Joe Biden, and it's so like, we just kind of feel like we're teetering on the edge of a lot of things that could kind of go either way. That's why it's so important to calm down. I feel it when I'm out. It's like people are agitated. I don't know if you're sensitive and if you pick up on that, but a lot of people are really agitated. And it's like, just check in with yourself and go, am I feeling agitated about something? Or is it maybe I'm picking up on something? Because we're all psychic. And, just err on the side of you're probably picking up on something, even if you do feel a little annoyed about something. So just take time, breathe deeply, and just go, it's my responsibility to center my energy and be quiet and peaceful, as difficult as it is sometimes, because it does help. And science has shown it's true. So I'm not just making this up, and I do say it all the time. But the Three of Swords, I mean, we have some hard things coming. But I think we all know that. I don't think that's like news.
Oh. Are you feeling agitated?
No, I just feel it when I had a lot of fun in Salem, just walking around by myself. But on the roads, I pick up on it on the roads, and people are just not paying attention. When you're driving and you're going down a street and somebody's getting ready to come from a side street, and there's nobody behind you at all. And they just cut you off. It's like you almost hit them. They just cut you off. It's like, that's one of my most annoying experiences on the road. But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, just pay attention. There's nobody behind me and I'm going at a certain speed, and don't try to crash into me.
A very stressful time for a lot of folks.
Yeah. And it's contagious. So I always tell people this time of year, stress is, to be stressed or not stressed is really a choice. And if we choose to be peaceful, we'll find opportunities to be peaceful. It's just a choice. You can go through the holidays. Anybody can go through the holidays just like everything's cool.
You know what, Annette, you were holding up the cards earlier, and I feel like in 2022, the Eight of Wands appeared more than any other card on this show.
Did it?
I feel
that
that.
that has to do with a lot going on. It's like a lot of projects, a lot of, and the Eight of Wands indicates fast moving energy. Good observation there, Kory. You're really paying attention.
I always do with the cards. I find them fascinating. And then I always get sort of weirded out when the same ones keep showing up over and over again, but that one especially.
Yeah, true. That didn't we have that happen last week with a lot of the same card showing up?
It happens every now and then, right? Just some cards get hot, it seems like.
It did happen. And it might have been more in my PNN, the Psychic News Network vids. The Lover card keeps coming up.
Oh.
And that's indicative of how we will be forced to come together and love one another. And it takes hard times for that to happen, unfortunately. We can do that when we're in good times also. It's just that when there's a need, tends to be more. The Three of Swords also, it feels like we're going to see some natural disasters, and there's a huge storm that's going to be impacting a lot of the Three of Swords is heartache. So it's also indicative of this storm coming, creating a lot of heartbreak. I think a lot of people won't get to their destinations. It's a mega storm.
Yeah, it's going to be pushing 60 degrees here on Friday with driving rain, and it's going to be crazy windy. And then Saturday it's going to be barely 30 degrees. So
yeah, the weather forecast is really so mixed up. I can't even remember what's going to happen what day. But I think Sunday is going to be very cold but sunny. And tomorrow is going to be very, very windy. And we're not even getting the worst of it because there's a cyclone bomb snow thing. I don't know what. You know how they call them all different things now. It's a cyclone bomb.
The cyclobombs.
I mean, we're getting all this new terminology for weather events that just people are, the meteorologists are just making it up.
Oh, they love that. Nerd heaven.
Yeah, it must be a fun job. What should we call this one? A cyclone bomb.
I told you, I went to a meteorology school when I was in college, and it was.
I think you mentioned that.
Yeah, up in Vermont, and
you should do the weather.
Crazy. Yeah, half the school was people who are really into the band Fish, right? The jam band Fish. So very hippie, lots of tie-dye and that sort of hacky sack and that. But then the other half were like hardcore meteorology nerds. So if you walked around campus at any moment, you would hear Fish coming out of half of the dorm rooms. And then the old Weather Channel used to play Muzak during the local forecasts.
Really?
Well, yeah, the meteorology guys would record that music and play it while they did homework. So you would just hear the Weather Channel coming through out of the other dorms for those.
I bet some of them are more Fish fans.
Yeah, but it's weird now because you see all the meteorologists on TV in the last 20, 30 years, and they're classmates, people I went to school with. Kate, it was Linden. I went to Linden State, which is now, I think, northern Vermont.
Kory should do the weather.
That's like first thing I wanted to do, I think, when I was like 3, 4, 5 years old, was to be a weatherman. I was like pointing to imaginary numbers on the wall behind me.
Come on, turn around right now and talk about the snow.
That's it. Well, I already showed it. Here are our 3 wrenches. This is Justin's mom, Christian, and Anna Lee.
I know, but that's not the forecast.
No, but you can see the forecast, so just look out the window.
That's true.
That's how we 3 to 6 inches tonight. It doesn't look like it's too windy though, but very peaceful. It's cozy in here. Like I do with the water. I don't want to catch my llama on fire if I get close to this.
I know. How long would this light snow be falling there, Mr. Kory meteorologist?
As long as I'm here, I feel.
Continuing, a light snowfall will be continuing through the evening.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, periodically. So, all right, Annette, are we ready to answer some questions?
Yeah. Oh, I haven't answered anything yet. That's right.
This is right. Yeah.
Um,
Are you locked in with your guides?
I'll probably switch off, cards.
Oh yeah. What deck are we using tonight? We're featuring another
Well, we're
deck.
using your favorite, the Cosmic Tarot,
Oh, there we go.
initially.
Oh, was that my favorite card right there at the bottom of the deck? Oh, you
I don't
shuffled
know,
it.
because I shuffled them.
Oh,
Sorry, she'll be back.
yeah, she'll be back.
I'm sure she'll be back.
So, all right, folks. So I went on last night and took some questions in real time from folks. We'll also take some others from you here in the chat tonight. But let's get going. The first question comes from Eileen, who's always with us, and she's with us tonight.
Did you take the question, or did Christian take the question?
I took them. I had to copy and paste them into a doc. Christian did a lot of talking. Meredith kind of did the veterinary questions. That's how that went last night. But then I had to take these down the best I could for the time I was on. So,
all
without
right.
further ado,
Really, really good.
Are they good? Really? Oh, they're good.
Yeah,
did you make those, or did you get them somewhere?
My sisters made them. I had an event on Saturday during cookie making day, so I got out of it. I'm so sorry, I can't make it. I mean,
you're the one who shows up as they're pulling them out of the oven. You're like, hey, I'm here to help. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, hours and hours. They grind the figs, and good.
They were really good.
It's a good
okay.
year.
Question number one comes from Eileen, and she says, Annette, since the Ways and Means Committee has voted to release material from Trump's taxes to the public, will there be any shocking material?
I got to tell you, for all that's going on, and I know this isn't just true for me. If 12 years ago, let's say 12 years ago, if somebody had said, you know what, and in 2019, you're going to just be glued to the news all the time. If somebody told me that, I'd be like, you think so? Maybe 2009. If it was 2009 and somebody said, you're going to be glued to the news all the time, I'd be like, I don't really see that. The news is riveting. It's like, you just don't know what's going to happen next. It's like one thing after another, and then you mentioned the 8 of Wands. That's part of it. It's like all this fast moving energy that's disrupting and changing everything. So the Ways and Means Committee, it's astounding what Trump has gotten away with. And this is really like, it just cements in what I felt when Trump got into office about 2 or 3 years in, and I've mentioned this several times, the guides told me the reason for him being the role that he's playing, the soul that he is because we were in, and we're still in a very precarious position where our democracy has so many holes in it. And lo and behold, I mean, the IRS wasn't auditing him. He's supposed to show his tax returns. He was running for office saying they're being audited, and we just bought it. So it's really astounding how it's one thing after another. It's like every time you turn on the news, it's like, oh my God, that happened too? That's amazing. I think is the question, what will happen to him? Is that what you said?
It is specifically, will there be any shocking material now that they voted to release this?
That's shocking. Number one shocking thing, that he got away with not showing his returns. Yes, I think we're going to see international connections that point to international crimes. But I will look at some cards on that.
Here we go.
I feel like it's in there. I feel like somebody's going to try to hide it. I don't know how they could. He's losing his mind. I did on Monday. I always do a video that is pre-recorded on Monday, and then I do a long video on my channel on Friday, live. On my channel on Monday, I saw that he was so agitated. Speaking of being agitated, and it wasn't about the holidays. It was like, he was so agitated that it felt like somebody had to give him a sedative. It really feels like somebody's feeding him, or that day, the day of the January 6th hearing on, was that Monday? Monday. felt like somebody was giving him a sedative
Because
he was that like angry. He's very, 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 very angry. He cannot believe. Like, I really do get that. I think he thinks he's a superhero.
Do you remember Set a Give?
What? Who?
Set a Give was a joke in Young Frankenstein. Remember what?
I can't believe I can't remember that. You know, my
You really
family,
don't? Yeah, Gene Wilder, they're playing. You gotta
my
guess the
family
word.
watched it. I think my family knows every word to that movie. My parents. No, what's it? What? I don't know that part.
It's funny. They're like playing like charades, and they're trying to guess the word, essentially. Because
Oh,
Gene
I
Wilder's getting killed by the monster.
Right.
And he's trying to like translate what he needs help. Like give the monster a sedative.
Oh,
And, and
okay.
Marty
I
Freeman's
remember.
there, and he's guessing. And he goes sedative.
I'll go watch it with them
It's
again.
funny.
I'm sure they'll watch it again.
Back me up on that one, folks. All right, sorry to interrupt.
No, really. Dude, I'm sure they know exactly what you're talking about because we have an audience that it seems like they watch a lot of comedy and they've seen the classics.
Yeah.
Probably several times. As far as yeah. Well, this is the 10 of Wands. This is he's trapped. Trump is trapped because what he's been hiding will be revealed. And this is our government not knowing what to do. And that's kind of what we're seeing too. When we're seeing people talking about, well, he wasn't audited. That's a requirement to be president of the United States. And there should be a lot more requirements to play that role. And I think that's what we're facing right now. Because when his soul came in, it was to strengthen our democracy. We are being forced to look at the holes in our government. And that's a big, big, gaping hole in our government that, well, they're being audited and just can't see them. So one thing is for sure, my psychic impression says that there was some backdoor deals going on. I don't know if money was exchanged. Yes, the guys are saying yes. Backdoor deals going on where he rigged it. He was able to rig it so that they didn't release them. And then, the sand through the hourglass ran out on that one. I'm trying to think of okay, it was a process and it took time to get to the point where the truth was revealed. This is what I see for Trump. When the tax returns come out and we're all looking at them, the guides are showing me that he pushes somebody onto the stage, like, you go say blah, blah, blah. Probably Kevin McCarthy. Where's that pendulum?
And we're going to the pendulum, folks. So the first time tonight.
Because I really do. I see him, pushing somebody out, like the guides are showing me that Trump is like, okay, he's caught between a rock and a hard place. And he's like, okay, what do I do? And he's like, you go say this. And I'm feeling Kevin McCarthy energy. Is it Kevin McCarthy? No, but it feels similar to Kevin McCarthy's energy because it's like, he's a puppet. He's Trump's puppet. Who else could it be? Is it one? Well, I'm going to say this, but they have no credibility. Is it one of his sons that he's thinking? No. Is it a lawyer that he wants to go out there on the stage? Okay, so apparently Trump is going to send, it's a strong yes. He's going to send somebody who's a lawyer of his, like to just be the spokesperson for what really went on. I don't know what he's going to say. Let's see. Are they just going to tell a blatant out and out lie? Oh, yeah. You know how he does. He does really think he's a superhero.
Did you see the NFT?
He does. I mean,
that's a man who loves fan art. We love fan art too, but that man really loves it.
I know it's hard to believe. What about fan art?
That man loves fan art. We love it too, but he really loves it.
Yeah, well, so fan art is when you have a
That's when like your followers or your fans draw depictions of you or create art based on you. That's like, like you get pictures drawn of yourself, Annette, from our viewers. Or the picture that Christian did of us. That's fan art.
This is different. This isn't fan art.
Well, the NFT stuff was weird. But I mean, I'm just saying he's the type of person who definitely adores being adored.
Yes. And this is what I'm picking up. I can think of, well, I know one person in my life. I know a person who's an adult now that always lived in a fantasy world. And there's a mental, it might be somebody on the spectrum, or there's a mental kind of, disability where the person feels like they're, like if they're a Major League Baseball player and they've hit a home run, kids do. Some people never, with a certain mental disability, don't get out of that fantasy thing. And that's what I'm saying. I think he has a condition where he's not in reality. And the fact that that man was president of the United States, it's a testament to me that there are angels and there's a higher power that protected us from anything worse happening. What he did was he showed us the holes in our democracy. And if you don't believe in a higher power, I don't know how you can't believe in a higher power, because he could have destroyed the entire world. Like his niece said, marry Trump, he's the most dangerous person in the world when he was in office. I think her subtitle to her book about Trump was how the Trump family created the most dangerous man in the world. And he really was the most dangerous man in the world. He's off his freaking rocker. I heard that Steve Bannon had a problem with those cards. Not to mention, they came out 2 weeks after the whole crypto thing fell apart, which I told you it would.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, we were talking about it like crypto, like it sounds dead, sounds like, and I was saying people will never trust money that you can't see.
Yep.
But some of the people that are billionaires fell into the trap.
Yeah.
Anyway, what was your question again?
Oh boy, this one. No, I think that was it. Annette, will be shocking material, right? Is that where we started from? Trump's taxes.
Yeah. I see international crimes being exposed. The guys are showing me whiteout. Him trying to white it out, just symbolically trying to white it out. Like that weather forecast you were just giving us. Snowfall is going to turn into whiteout conditions. What are the snow job? Like Trump's going to try to white out what happened. Well, they do have to redact the Social Security, numbers and all that. So maybe that's what I'm seeing. But he's trying to figure out how to hide, visually hide what's there. But in lieu of that, he's going to have to send somebody out to tell a big fat lie. I think he believes his lies. That's an indicator that he lives in a fantasy world, isn't it? That indicates that he's in a fantasy world.
Yeah, if you say him enough.
Yeah.
You believe that crap. So anyway, a quick update from the live chat. People are saying Zelensky is getting standing ovations in Washington tonight. That's going on. So we appreciate all of you spending time with us. We know there's some, real.
I know it started at 7:30. I was thinking that we'd run right into it, but we can always watch it on YouTube.
Yeah, folks, you haven't missed Bubba. Yeah, Bubba is just with the good doctor. This is my 160 odd pound Mastiff who steals the show every now and then. So he'll be around every now and then. We also have a hot poll going on right now where we're asking if I should put a gingerbread peep or a candy cane peep in my hot chocolate. And it is literally deadlocked right now. So we're going to let that run for a little longer.
Where's your hot chocolate? Oh, you have it? I have hot chocolate too. Right now I'm having tea.
No peep in front of it.
That might be next. Depends on how long we go.
It's neck and neck right now. So crazy.
Thanks for the update. Thanks for the update on the news, everyone. I was wondering how that was going.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, the live chat's it's flying tonight. It's a good one. So
I think that Zelensky and Biden really have a great rapport.
Do you?
Yeah, I think that Biden understands the position, on a visceral level, the position that Zelensky's in, and that caring is really coming across. That caring and compassion is really coming across, and not for anything, but, and we'll get into it, I'm sure, with some of the questions. The Republicans, behaving in the manner that they are right now are just, it's like, and this is an insult to kids that are 5 years old. They're acting like they're 5 years old. They're acting like they don't know anything about the way the world works, about, working with other countries and why we're helping Ukraine and what it represents, and, how it's a danger to us if we let Putin win. And, they don't even get it. They just want to own the libs. It's so dangerous. Next question.
All right. Eileen, thanks for that question. Our next one comes from Linda Gordon, incredibly, about Putin. And she asks, what are Putin's plans as far as Belarus goes?
That was the next question.
Yeah, it was the next question. But later, that's number 2.
That must be must be all those vibes I picked up in Salem.
You know what would be a great holiday gift, folks? Would be a personal session with Annette Dion, psychic.
Boy, but buy it for yourself.
There you go. Annette Dion, number 7. If you want to email her, Annette Dion, the number 7.
Yeah.
At gmail.com.
I don't do gift certificates, and here's why. I used to, but I've never sold a lot of gift certificates. Because unless the person says, I really, really, really want to get a reading, and they really want a reading, and you buy it for them. It has to be consensual. To just buy a gift certificate for a reading, if the person isn't really ready or doesn't really want it, doesn't really work that well. But if it's somebody that would appreciate the reading. Okay.
Or splurge on yourself.
Well, I think it's important.
Yeah.
I do. So what, I don't think that Putin's going to get very far with Belarus. We'll look at the cards about that. I'm trying to remember what the news was. I know he was talking to
I think it's a possible strategy of attacking from the Belarusian side into Ukraine. That's what I think I saw that earlier this week.
Is it Erdogan? Is that the guy's name?
That's Turkey, right?
Who's the Belarusian? Oh, he's got a really hard, I think it starts with an L. He's got a really weird last name.
Yeah, not Lubchenko. I don't know.
Well, I'm sure Linda Gordon knows.
We'll be told. Yeah.
Nobody?
Nobody yet. I mean, we just asked.
Who's the president of Belarus?
Yeah, folks, can you find that for? I mean, I can look up real quick, but I don't want to get diverted from the chat here.
Lubchenko or something like that? Am I getting that wrong?
I said Lubchenko, but I don't think that's correct.
Erdogan?
No, that's Turkey, isn't it?
I'm getting my world leaders mixed up. Belarus doesn't have the money.
Oh yeah, it's Lukashenko.
Lukashenko, yeah. Belarus doesn't have the money.
Thanks, Christina Warren.
I'm not looking at a wealthy country here. Putin is bluffing. The only concern that I have is if Iran is giving him resources, which I actually am picking up. These countries are bluffing. They think they're acting like they have money and they don't. NATO is lining it up. And with these Patriot missiles, this is a force to be reckoned with. So they're bluffing. They're trying to, it's like Putin saying, I'm going to nuke the United States. There are people that will stop him from doing that. And the King of Cups, this looks like Joe Biden. You know what, when Macron came to visit the White House, I think we talked about this last week, when they had their state dinner, the French president, Macron, they had this sort of smirky thing going on where I just felt like they knew something, and it was kind of, they had a secret, and it felt like it was about Putin. I could ask that question.
You can.
What were they talking about? You know, the wink wink kind of thing. It's like, I know something nobody else knows, and you know, we know something nobody else knows, like that. Plus, I think they really I think Joe Biden's a very likable guy, because I feel like Macron really appreciates him too. You know, really, he's a social person. He loves Joe Biden. I feel like loves people. That's such a stark contrast to Trump, who hates everybody.
And
It's
there you have it.
amazing. I'm actually just looking at, I'm pulling 3 cards about, like, do they really know something about Putin? Because I just keep on getting Putin's running out of resources.
And
It's
that while
really-
you're pulling 3 cards, I will just say that we have a winner. It is the Candy Cane Peep has won. I'll be adding that to my chocolate while you draw your cards.
What was it? The gingerbread or the candy cane?
Or candy.
Yeah,
A 56 to 44 margin.
but because the Peeps are traditional, and
I'll try not to be too loud here.
they're traditionalists. You're trying not to be too loud eating a Peep?
Oh no, tearing the package open.
No worries. Yeah, I do. I have the 6 of Swords, so there's it's not like, oh, isn't he cute? He's drowning.
No, that's I mean, that's pretty much, that's an ecstasy moment for this guy.
That Peep looks like he's in his element.
That's it. That's how they want. That's how peeps want to go. If they can
That
choose how to.
Peep was made
That's what they're there
for
for.
That Peep was made for hot chocolate. What the French president and the United States president know is that it's really rough, obviously, but they have a plan to bring Putin to the table.
Oh, Annette,
What?
ring
What
the
happened?
bell.
Oh, wait, we have a new bell.
Yoon is in the building.
Can you hear the bell?
You can.
I love these. They're a beautiful, beautiful gift from a beautiful, beautiful viewer.
Hi, Yoon. Welcome, welcome. Oh, sorry, Annette.
That's okay. I was just telling you that they have a plan to bring Putin to the table. It feels like blackmail. I don't know what that really means. The Prince of Wands, it feels like it's a new idea. It feels, it's kind of like, ooh, do I have an idea to tell you about what they're going to do, how they're going to bring Putin to the table? That's so interesting. Is it something that Putin doesn't want revealed? They have dirt on Vlad. That's a big yes.
Mm.
What could it be? This is so interesting.
Annette, you're feeling it tonight. I feel.
It's a winter solstice.
You're in your element.
It's a winter solstice. It's a really high-powered day. Yeah, I'm just wondering what they have on him. Tell me, Kory. What's your psychic impression?
People we're commenting on Putin's health in the live chat. They think that's a desperate man on his way out, essentially.
It's like, it's something that forces his hand. I feel like Macron and Biden know something that's going to force Putin's hand. So my questioning mind is thinking, well, what if they had some kind of a medical cure, or something that would offer him medical relief? Is it something like that? No, it's not that. I'm just trying to think of what would do it. Building anew, the 3 of Pentacles, building anew. I think that Macron and Biden know when the war is going to end.
Oh,
this looks like money. And this looks like it's challenging. It looks like it's challenging for Putin. It feels like it takes a chunk out of his pride, Putin. It feels like that, but it feels financial. I can take any questions about that if anyone has any further questions about it. That was my own question.
I'll keep my eye on that. Well, how about this? This is at the Volpe just asked, is Putin deeply involved in trafficking?
Oh, that could be it. It does feel like we know something you don't know. Like we have dirt on you, Putin, and you don't want us to make this worse for you. So you might want to come to the table. That's what it feels like. Is it trafficking? Is it trafficking? Not quite. No. Is it similar? Is it something like trafficking? No. The guy just saying something about arms sales. Is it about arms sales? Does it have? I wonder what that would be. It feels like it has something to do with selling. That's coming up really strong. Arms sales to an enemy. Yes. Now I'm down a deep hole.
You are. We have some
Arms
follow-up
sales
questions if you want to keep digging.
Does it have to do with China? All right, I'll stop there. It has to do with China and arms sales. What'd you say?
Could Putin be bought off? Glenna Miles asks.
That's what I'm picking up. That's what I'm picking up. I had the King of Pentacles there. That's what I'm picking up.
He's picking up what you're putting down, Glenna.
That he would, no, it's not like here, we'll pay you to end the war. How did she put that question?
Could Putin be bought off? That was it.
No, it has to do with finances. I'm getting arms sales. No, not bought off. More like you might not want to keep that war going because if you do, this is what we're going to do. It feels like new information that Biden and Macron got a hold of. And Macron actually was the only world leader that could talk to Putin. Really. So it makes sense.
We're hearing people are asking, is it Iran? Is it Saudi Arabia? North
I got
Korea?
China.
There you go.
I got China. I mean, I could ask about all those other countries, but I mean, we could spend the whole program on that.
We might. By the way, this is terrific. I happen to like chocolate mint.
Is it Swiss Miss?
You probably, yeah. I think so.
Do you ever get a candy cane and stir it in your hot chocolate?
Yeah. Actually, you gave me a candy cane not long ago, and that's the one I have and use. Someone did send us cocoa not long ago, so we haven't gotten into that yet. Someone actually sent the good doctor, Meredith, cocoa. It might have been Warren. Now that I think of it.
I dropped it off at your house.
Yeah, that's it. So there's that too. So
how was it?
I haven't had it yet. I wait for her to break it in because it was sent to her. And then so I'm behaving.
I said I'll give her the cocoa, but I'm not giving her the knishes.
she thought she had one of those.
Don't tell her.
I know. Yeah, she was away for that. All right. Thanks for the question. That was Linda Gordon. Thanks so much for that. Our next question, Annette. We have not had one from Wilk Zook in a while.
Gonna be deep.
So Wilk tends to ask questions out of left field. And he starts his question by saying, I got a doozy. So I hope you're strapped in, Annette. Yeah, good luck.
It's a doozy.
All right. Wilk Zook asks, I don't know if Wilk's with us tonight. He might be. It's been said that the Vatican had a machine that could view past times. Is this true?
No. Is he serious?
You never know with Wilk.
What was the last one? It was like some kind of alien question.
Well, you always get those. Yeah, we're due for a couple of those.
No, but it was from him.
Huh?
It was from him.
Oh, yeah. It usually is.
I know. They're easy, though.
Yeah.
No, they don't. They have not, they don't have the Back to the Future car or anything like that.
Yeah, they don't.
The Pope-mobile does. The Pope-mobile does not, go back in time.
Yeah, what TV show was that? Going into past time, the time machine one.
That was Back to the Future.
Well, there's that too. There's a bunch of them.
There's a TV show like that too.
Is Doctor Who like that? Don't they go into the phone booth and travel?
I don't know. I didn't watch Doctor Who.
Who knows? Someone out there will tell us that. All right. So anyway, there's that. All right. How about this one from Giselle? Giselle's always with us. Hi, Giselle.
Hello.
Because Annette, Elon Musk was hanging out with Kushner at the World Cup. What was that all about? Musk and Kushner.
Rebelliousness.
How to upset the apple cart?
Well, rebelliousness and like, no, honestly, this is what it feels like. I mean, it might be a little bit more than that. We can look at it, but it feels like give them something to talk about, which is really, to distract people, to get them to talking about, oh, well, Kushner and Elon were at the World Cup. Whoa, whoa, whoa. No, they're just they love that. Well, Elon loves that. I think Jared's attempting to keep a lower profile. Months and months ago, I said Jared Kushner has committed international crimes, and so is Elon. But Elon's a more recent, for entertainment purposes only. He's committing international crimes. Elon is committing international crimes with our enemy countries who are telling him to take down democracy.
Kim Mansour, love the question, by the way. Yeah, so there you go. Good question, Giselle. While we're on this, Lisa is asking who will take over Twitter next.
Do you remember that we had a big discussion about this before, and I think we argued like we do.
Mm-hmm.
And I said that I saw the people that Elon fired from Twitter forming a company, and I was calling it Twitter 2. And let's ask the pendulum if that's in the works. That was a few months ago. Yeah, that's definitely in the works. Yeah, there's a Twitter 2 in the works. My phone's working pretty well now. I gave up on my Wi-Fi.
It's great. Yeah.
I'm so sick of it. So now I'm back to my tiny little screen. I can't even see myself.
No,
I don't need to see myself, but I'm just saying.
I'm liking it. Let's see. Yeah, we were right about Doctor Who. Also, Quantum Leap. Diane Kessick actually said that. Or
was that a movie? Was that
Quantum
a movie?
Leap? No, that was a TV show with Scott Bakula back in the 80s. That was in the 80s, I think. Yeah, I forgot about that one. So a good one there. Yeah, all good chatty stuff. Okay, so on the same we have the same dude here again. Lucretia Valdez. Lucretia's always with us. How you doing? Asked,
the same dude? You said the same dude?
Well, we got another Jared question. Are Ivanka and Jared going to last? Will they get a divorce? Inquiring minds.
They're not going to last. I see Jared going to jail.
Woo!
I don't even see them sleeping in the same bed. I see them spending days on end apart. I'm going to pull 3 cards about their relationship.
Glenn Bird reports that Zelensky just gave Nancy a big smooch.
He's so happy to be here. I mean, here's the thing. I look at that and it's like, oh, it's so warm. And you look at the Democrats and it's like, what they're doing. The Biden administration is working so hard to do the right thing, to do the ethical, the moral thing, to have compassion, and then you look at the Republicans and they're a bunch of jerk faces. It's unbelievable. I'm glad to hear that.
The views expressed on The Psychic and the Sidekick are not necessarily those of Bridge Cape Ann.
What did I say?
I just have to throw the disclaimer out every now and then. You said nothing wrong.
I threw in the disclaimer when I was talking about our enemy countries and Elon Musk and, like that.
And our wrenches throw them out every now and then.
That was for you too. Next time I'll say, and Kory too.
Yeah.
Because Kory is entertainment. I forgot what I was asking. Oh, Jared. Okay, Jared and Ivanka. Oh, yeah. Karma's coming to get Jared, especially. Ivanka's a little criminal, too. Let's not be fooled by her. Oh, my dad. Let's not be fooled. She's a conniving little, The views on this channel are for entertainment purposes only.
Yeah, we hope.
The Wheel of Fortune. So things are going to come crashing now.
Mm.
This is about the money that Jared took from the Saudis. Lots and lots and lots of evidence against the both of them, but I see Ivanka walking away because she doesn't want to be. See, this is it's like her father. It's like I don't want to go next to that. It's stinky, it stinks, and then it gets to be that way with Jared too. Like it's just revolting. Not that she's not in trouble. Is she going to leave Jared because of what he's associated with? Yeah. It's not right away, but yes, as things start to just topple. The guys just said Jack Smith. When Jack Smith comes after Jared, that Jack Smith, he is a superhero. I mean, we haven't even seen what he's going to produce yet, and I just get like, here are some superhero archetypes. Jack Smith and Zelensky, for example. Those are superheroes. Those people, and we haven't seen what this is my psychic impression about Jack Smith. We haven't seen the fruits of his labor yet because it's too early to see. But we have seen some. Subpoenas are coming out of, like crazy. So there's that. But I feel like Jack Smith is gonna prosecute Jared Kushner. So these things have to happen because we won't have a country. To coin the phrase that Trump said on January 6th, if law doesn't happen, if law and order doesn't happen, we won't have a country anymore. Trump always projected out, what he was doing. So what Trump was doing meant we wouldn't have a country anymore. Trump always did that. We won't have a country anymore if these people aren't prosecuted. We literally won't. We will have a government that just completely unravels. Because then anybody can do anything, right? If Trump gets away with inciting an insurrection and people dying and attempting to take down our government, which, by the grace of God didn't happen, and we don't prosecute him, we don't have a country anymore. We have chaos.
Annette, you'll be happy to know that Yoon has reprimanded me. She says, Kory, you are very naughty.
What did you do?
That's when I said the views expressed here are not necessarily those of.
Yeah. Well, I just get upset when you say it when I'm talking about we need to save the planet, and you're like the views expressed on the fridge.
Well, to me, that's like that's an easy time to slip that in.
You go live on Mars, like go with Elon, and anyway, there's no planet B.
This is true. Okay, Lucretia, thanks for that question. We appreciate it. The next question comes from Paula O. Annette, will Senator Ron Johnson get taken down?
Well, he didn't win. There was voter suppression, there was gerrymandering, there was redistricting. There were all the things that Republicans are doing because they're not popular enough to just win honestly. And he didn't win that election honestly. It was dishonest. It was voter suppression. Well, I wonder if he was involved in January 6th. Was Ron Johnson involved in January 6th? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, clearly. But we don't hear his name much around January 6th. He knew about it. He knew what was going on. He had, wow, that's a big fat yes. Ron Johnson was in on the insurrection. It's hopping. My pendulum is hopping around. Cannot stand that man. Honestly, I mean, their energy is just so revolting. And when I think Ron Johnson, I think he's extremely racist. He's very racist. When I tune into him, he's like, oh, what a horrible human. Well, here's an answer to your question. It's over for him. That's the prison card. He's going to try to make nice, but the Six of Cups is relating to January 6th. Wow. Do they have the receipts on Ron Johnson? Yes. Wow, that'll be interesting. Did anybody answer the question about whether the report actually is out yet? Because it was supposed to be today. Is he in it? We're going to find out about people, representatives that were in on it. It looks like he's in it. He stole that election from Mandela Barnes. But I don't mean it in the way that all the, election deniers, I mean, just by suppressing the vote. What's going on out there?
Wait, there's a lively chat.
No, that was all I had to say about that thus far. Stay tuned in 2023.
Yeah, everyone's with you, essentially.
I have said, and we've talked about it, I think, although I get mixed up about whether I said it to you or on my PNN, that I don't see the Republicans keeping the House. I don't.
Warren Green is saying the report comes out tomorrow.
Yeah, what happened? Why the delay?
Delayed because they were printing problems and they did not want to compete with Zelensky's visit.
Oh, because that was kind of last minute. Yeah, that makes sense. I like that idea. Oh, Kory, I just saw a fruit fly. Yikes.
What is going on?
I got rid of them. I'm gonna have to put the trap back out.
Yeah. You must have vinegar or wine or something over there, right?
You know what I bought to just keep up with things in my office? Did you ever see a Roomba? Have you ever seen a Roomba?
Yeah.
Do you have one? You have a dog, so you must have a Roomba.
No, God, no. That would last for like 30 seconds and croak.
Well, a Roomba can clean my office. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, well, that's good. Yeah.
It's just like it does it. It vacuums for you. I love it. I hate to vacuum.
All right, Annette, our next question comes from Old Guy, and Old Guy asks, Annette, do you ever wear a sassy ponytail?
I think they're messing with me on purpose.
People want to know.
Yeah, I do when I exercise. Yeah, sassy. I don't know what a sassy ponytail is. Is it like the one that's high up and it flounces like this?
I don't know.
Yeah. For years and years and years, being a runner and everything. I don't put it up so much when I'm just walking, but yes. Right. Do you want me to send a picture?
Yeah, could you do that? All right, I'm going to put my little standing station down here because people are asking for Bubba. Bubba just entered the room, so. And
now you're going to disappear into your setting there.
No. We're going to say goodbye to this for just a second.
It's weird when you do that because now I'm in this room, I'm in the setting, and now you're gonna change it. Oh, it's similar.
Bubs, you come back here, Bubs. Say hi.
Nice fire. Hi, Bubba.
Oh boy. Do you think Bub wants a peep?
Yes, I think he does. Does he like mint?
I don't think he doesn't really discriminate.
I think he would like the gingerbread.
Well, we have these guys are open, Bubs. We'll try a peep for Bub.
That's not a good diet for him. Oh my gosh, he was merciless.
He's chewing it like gum.
Like a seagull.
Hey, move, you gotta go. No, you can't have another. That's it. That's it, or your mom will yell at me. All right.
This is our last show before Christmas. Oh my goodness, this is the last show before Christmas.
It is. Yeah, this is our Christmas episode, Annette.
All right, I have a bell. Hang on.
All right, I'm going to switch my backdrop here.
You can ask the question.
Let's do let's do this one. You're mentioning Christmas.
I'm listening.
Let's do. All right.
Hang on.
Some questions here.
Hang on. Sorry, I know I said you could ask the question, but then I saw this is my Yule log.
Oh.
And I want to show it to you because I think people should make a Yule log. In the olden days, they would carve into the log. Of course, it was bigger than this. They would carve their wishes for the new year, and then you can burn it in the fire. Oh, there's a man behind you.
Who's that, Annette?
Is he? Did he? He's on my cup too. He's on my mug too. Oh my gosh, he's like peacing out. Like
He's chilling.
he doesn't have his uniform on.
He's soaking his feet.
That must be the day after Christmas. That must be Christmas Day. So that's my Yule log. It matches your song.
Go.
And here's my bell. We'll use this bell now. It is Yule. It's winter solstice. So there you go. A little festiveness.
There we go. You want a quick question, Annette?
Sure, why not? That's why we're here.
Peeper Frog, Annette, what's the best thing that's going to happen in 2023? The best thing.
That's no fearsies. You gotta give me
a good thing.
give me an area to focus on, like, because it's really relative, right?
Yeah.
I could say, well, we find the solution for global climate change, and some people wouldn't give a hoot about that because some people don't believe in it. The best, well, and then it depends on where you are in the world, and can you narrow that one down? It's because it's opinion, right? The best thing that's going to happen in 2023. I might think the best
How
thing
about
to
a positive thing? A positive.
I'm just saying that it's not going to be positive for everybody. Is there one thing that everybody feels positive about? Name one thing.
Well, I think it would be like an end to the Russia-Ukraine thing.
That's going to happen.
I would say moving beyond COVID.
January 2024.
Okay. I'm just throwing a couple examples out there.
You're doing good there, Kory. Keep going.
I would say, well, the global climate change is a good question. Maybe electric vehicles becoming more prolific, more mainstream.
Yeah, that's going to happen. Yeah. So all those could be considered the best, the greatest news.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, it's hard to just narrow that down to one greatest thing.
Right.
Let's see what comes in. Well, in the United States, the Republicans are going to get their due. Karma is going to come back. And this is not out of, oh, I'm vindictive, I hate them and I want them to get, it's not that. It's just that what they dished out is coming back. And that will feel good because if they, I'm not saying this is going to happen, but if Republicans were in power in the United States, it would be game over for the planet. So that would be good. That will be good news that they don't have the power anymore. They're basically, I know I'm going off down a road here, but I won't be too long, I promise. I'll come right back. What the Republicans are doing and what the good news is that they'll be forced to stop, but in because of many different circumstances that we all pretty much know about. They can't retain the power that they have because they put all their weight behind Trump, who's insane. And he's becoming indefensible. They can't defend him, right? So the best thing that's going to happen is that they will lose power. And that will be a very big deal. Because I'm telling you, if they were in power, it would be game over for the planet. They don't believe in science. You got to believe in science. What? You look like you ring the bell. Ring the bell.
Ring the bell.
I can read that look.
Because the Hebert family has just donated $50 Canadian to the channel.
Oh my goodness.
Merry Christmas, Annette and Kory from Jackie. Thank you, Jackie.
We're getting rich.
Oh my God.
Peeps
That's
and
awesome.
dollars.
Yeah, that's so generous. Thank you so much.
The
And
whole
even if,
family.
yeah, thanks to everyone tonight for the thumbs up and the subs and hanging out with us. It's really cool.
The whole family donated?
Yeah,
Wonder if it's the extended family.
I don't know.
They might all be together baking cookies.
What if that just means one less gift for one of the Hebert kids because of that donation?
No, we're worth. You're not going to lay a guilt trip. I do enough for free.
Well,
Wait,
how about
we
this
are
for a
done.
question, Annette?
Thank you. Go ahead.
From our sugar daddy, Warren Green. Warren has sent us care packages left and right all year long, so we thank him for that. Annette, he wants to know what will happen with the stock market.
He gets a bell. No, he doesn't want to know that. He's not going to know that. He gets a bell. Don't be doing that.
Why?
What is it you always ask me?
We know. Don't ask Annette questions about stimulus checks
What's it, inflation?
or inflation or the stock market. She tends to blow a microchip.
Because I have no interest at all. Is he kidding?
You never know with this group.
That is true.
Well,
He asked me if Kevin McCarthy will be speaker about 10 times.
that's the problem is we all have so much fun with each other in this community that we don't know when we're serious or not, unless something really serious happens.
No, but my answers are serious. I mean, in the case,
yeah.
it's the
Yeah, you can't help it, but that's why you're here.
I go with what the guides tell me.
Yeah. All right, let's try this one from Shockwave 43, who always has breaking news from the state of Texas.
Oh, that's true.
And Shockwave asks, Annette, will the ancient sea fault line in West Texas fully erupt in 2023? The ancient sea fault line in West Texas.
Why do they want to know these horrible? I mean, I'm just saying, do you really want to know that? Anyway, I don't know what the ancient sea fault line.
Yep.
Ancient, like old, like that ancient, you mean?
The ancient sea
Never
fault
heard
line
of it.
in West Texas fully erupt in 2023.
No, it's not going to fully erupt.
Shockwave, silly.
It's not. Well, it's an interesting handle. I think Shockwave wants an earthquake.
Shockwave's devoted. Shockwave is tuned into what's happening in Texas.
Yeah, and that's an interesting handle. It's like I think Shockwave might be an earthquake chaser. What do you think?
Maybe just interested in storm chasing too. There's got to be some dandies out there in West Texas. Or in Texas.
Yeah, I see some rumbles this year. Rumbles, there was a pretty big earthquake in California yesterday, and we've heard nothing about it.
Is that right? Yeah.
People died.
What? For real?
A couple people died. It was like a 6.5.
Where?
On the West Coast. That's what I said at the beginning. I said I noticed that I mentioned.
Folks, do we know where that happened?
In Northern California. And that's why at the end of our video from last year that we just got through watching, I was saying that. I think it was at the end. I said the earth was going to move and volcanic activity. I see.
There it is, 6.4. Two dead, 12 injured.
We've heard almost nothing about it. We have so many natural disasters, most of them climate related, that doesn't even get reported anymore.
Annette.
Yes.
Let's look at some more sunnier news, okay? Could you ring the bell, please?
Again?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what do you have? What do you got now? I never know what's going on over there.
We have another $50 donation to the channel.
Are you kidding me?
From Old Guy.
Oh, Old Guy. Yay, let's hear for Old Guy.
Here's Old Guy.
What did we do?
Yeah, I know.
I promised to have a ponytail.
Yeah, what did we do wrong? Is that $50 to get us to call it a night? To get us off the air? Yeah, how cool is that, huh?
It's great. I don't
Well,
know.
we love old guy. We love spending. Old guy is one of our regular and a big part of the show. We do say this a lot. We always bring up the community in the live chat and all that, and all these familiar handles. And I'm telling you, Annette and I love what we're doing here with everybody. And you are literally as much a part of this show as we are. So that's the coolest thing about this. Now you can ring the bell again, Annette.
Well, you do have a bell over there. Can you start ringing the bell?
My bell won't register. Remember?
Does this one register?
That was kind of weak. That's a little better.
The high one does, right?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm an angel that got her wings.
I know. Well, Eileen has just donated $20 to the channel, and she says, "Love and positive white light to everyone." And
Sweet. We all can
Thank
use
you,
that.
Eileen.
Let's just soak that in.
Old guy, Jackie, thanks so much. That's awesome stuff. We appreciate it. And I can tell you honestly, all the money that's been donated to the channel, I haven't touched. There's the money that was donated that we helped siphon to Svetlana and Ukraine relief, or sent people to the Amazon wish list and bought things ourselves. But also I'm saving that because in 2023, we're building a brand new home studio here at Bridge headquarters. And we're going to be broadcasting shows there all the time. And so all the money is really going towards that to help out. And then we do other things with it as well, too. We're doing donations and our stuff on the side, but just so you folks know. So we're super appreciative of everything.
I didn't know with them. You're always talking about this money that we're getting. And I'm like, okay, cool.
Well, it comes through YouTube, and then eventually what's left comes to the bridge.
So you get a check and we're building a studio. Nice.
Yeah.
You don't get a check, you get it deposited, right?
It gets just some kind of deposit. I honestly don't know what the ratio is. I think YouTube holds half or whatever it is. I don't even know.
Speaking of that, I had to set up a tip jar because commercial break.
I'll go nuts. Yeah.
Tomorrow night, me and my friend Sean Galloway are collaborating. We're doing an online YouTube concert live stream.
Oh, no kidding.
Yes, he's a singer-songwriter like me. He's a healer. He heals. He doesn't do readings, but I consider myself a healer too. We've been friends for a long time, and he's an award-winning songwriter. So it'll be good. Live streaming at 7:30. You mentioned tips, and I finally figured out how to get a virtual tip jar going. So
beautiful.
Yeah, and a PayPal link. So we're doing it just for tips. Well, we're doing it to lift the energy and to entertain you all. And he's really good. He has a really awesome song called "We Choose Love." He's kind of like a John Denver.
There you go.
Yeah. So come to my channel tomorrow night at 7:30. I haven't really put the word out. I gotta get on that. But I just did. How many people do you have in the chat?
Over 430 right now.
Oh, okay. Everybody come.
There you go. Cool. All right. Thanks for that, folks. And we said before, if you want a reading with Annette, a personal reading, one-on-one with her, email AnnetteDion7. That's the number 7 at gmail.com. So, okay. We have a question here from Robin Evans. Rob, Annette, are we all going to be healthier and happier this time next year? I know it's a tough one. I think they want, this happened last year too. They want the positive twist to something.
All 8 billion people on the planet are going to be happy.
Well, maybe just the people in this chat.
Yeah.
How do we do that?
Maybe that's it. I get that we're going to be more appreciative. We're going to be more appreciative. That's what I get.
Not yet.
And being more appreciative comes when you've been through hardship, right?
This is true. You got to suffer to succeed.
Yeah, when people go through hardship, like this country has been through a lot of challenges. The world has too, but we're just speaking of the United States. We've been really tested, and we will start to appreciate. Like, actually, I see just on the political front, I see the Republicans getting into office because they're not going to be unseated immediately, but it won't take very long. They're going to start this investigation into Hunter Biden, and there'll be a wedge put in the works. They won't really be able to go through with it. But while they're doing all that, Joe Biden's numbers are going to go up. because people are going to start appreciating goodness. It's true. Is that enough good news, or do you need more?
That's good news. We have this question from Candaman, who asks, who the heck is that sitting in the background in the Santa outfit? Candaman, that's actually my dad. So I'm talking in Soto Voce tonight. So he's about 3 eggnogs deep and just sleeping it off. So we're just leaving him alone. Yeah. He'll be okay. He'll be fit and ready to go this weekend.
Well, maybe I can't see it because his chest is covered by his big white beard.
Keeping him warm and relaxed. Let's see. All right. How about this for a question? Annette, let's go to Cat Whiskers, who asks, Annette, how bad will the COVID variants coming out of China be? So any virulent variants?
For a second there, I thought I was in 2020. For a second there, I thought I just time traveled to 2020.
All right. Well, you said before we're not going to get, it won't be nearly as virulent as the Delta or Omicron.
Is that an old question from 2 years ago?
This was from last night. The variants.
Wait, read it again.
How bad will the COVID variants coming out of China be?
You know what really kind of stumps me is when I hear a question and it's like, what? I don't know what.
Copy and paste.
I just don't. I don't know what they're referencing.
Well, let me ask you.
Okay, did you notice that when there's an assumption in the question, I go like, what?
All the time I notice that. And I can't alter sometimes I try to alter phrases, or if I see typos, or try to flush things out a little bit better. But I can't change the crux of the question. So
well, I have no problem with the questions. I'm just having a conversation about this.
But there are assumptions there. So
if somebody says, can you tell us about the new variants coming out of China? It's like, that's out of left field, because did somebody say something about new variants coming out of, I mean, it's an assumption, right?
Well, are we dealing with any new strains at all, or not?
What the other assumption there is, there are strains coming out of China.
Correct.
Pass on that.
The hard pass, folks.
Love you guys, but that's just a loaded question that doesn't really make sense to me.
Well, let's see if we're going to make any assumptions here. This question is from JM. So I want to ask, what's going to be the trendy vegetable of 2023? Is cauliflower going to take a backseat to, what is this, kohlrabi or beets perhaps?
Broccolini. Wow, what's so funny about broccolini?
I just can't believe you just had a question. He had an answer that quickly.
Do you
Here
like
you go, Jam. Put all your money on broccolini in 2023.
Are they looking to invest in a farm or something?
I don't know, but there's always that one.
When was there ever a trending vegetable? Kale.
Yeah. So you get hot vegetables every now and then.
Well, kale already trended, but I can't really think of any others.
Mm.
Can you think of carrots trending?
No. But every time I think about come and go vegetables or something, fiddleheads always pops to mind, but that's only because they're available for such a short season.
Yeah, that's not really a trend, though. You know what I mean?
It's not. No.
If I say fiddleheads to people, they're like, "What?" I love fiddleheads, but they're so short-lived. I never, they're like in April, a week. That's about it.
I'm down for more beets in 2023, though. I love beets. Tweet Scotch says artichokes. Christine Bermel says cauliflower. Celery juice from Krista March. Brussels sprouts from Rose. I mean, away we go.
A lot of people hate Brussels sprouts.
I love Brussels sprouts.
Yeah, you have to cook them right.
Mm.
I like radicchio, but I like bitter arugula. I like bitter vegetables.
Do you?
Oh. That was kind of an out of left field question.
Yeah, we do that. So,
Time to
folks, we're about 90 minutes into the show here. You're watching The Psychic and the Sidekick. It is our Christmas edition. It's actually part one of our two-part 2023 prediction shows.
Yeah, but we're not doing a 2023 prediction show. We're just asking.
Yeah, we're just doing it's just another episode, but this is how we're going to market it. Gerald Clark loves turnips. I do not like turnips, as a matter of fact. So
the one we just showed, turnips are good in soup. The one we just showed from last year wasn't really about 2023 so much, right?
No.
Just a little bit.
A bit. Yeah.
Like,
I mean, we
now.
could try to ask for questions geared towards, legit New Year's predictions or things for 2023, but whatever.
Well, I used to take the lead on that, but that was before YouTube, I think. I would take the lead on it. I might have done one or two on Facebook or something, where I went through the different topics. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, what's going to happen? I don't want the economy questions because, it goes up and it comes down. It goes up. Like, what's going to happen in the area of our government? What's going to happen in the area of, I don't know, travel or the environment or, pandemics? Different categories.
Yeah.
Religion.
Old guy is asking if beer is a vegetable or does it just turn you into a vegetable?
Beer?
Yeah.
It's a grain.
Is beer a vegetable or does it turn you into a vegetable?
Depends on how much grain you have.
There's a steak. Yeah, steak and egg in every Guinness, old guy.
You know what? I'm by a restaurant today. I won't name the restaurant because, in case somebody's watching. There's a great big sign that said, "Now serving alcohol."
Oh, yeah.
You saw it? Great big huge banner.
Another donation, folks. This time from Jana Wilson.
And it must be Christmas.
Thank you, Jana. We appreciate it. We love the emoji too. That's a cool one. Awesome. Thank you, everyone. Cool. All right. Our next question is, thank you, Jana. Let's see. Let's go with. Geez, this is so. Cat Whiskers actually asked yesterday before the earthquake, will there be more large earthquakes in California?
I thought there's a question from Jesus.
I got a good one here. This is from Liz L, who's been with us for a long time. Annette, will Oscar-winning Iranian actress Tarena Aladusti be okay? She was arrested for criticizing the execution of a protester.
I didn't hear about that. The guys are saying she's going to be scurried away from the danger. Somebody's gonna help her to escape away, to get away from the danger. I'm getting images of the Underground Railroad kind of they figure out a way to get her out of there. What's her name?
Tarana, Taraneh, Aladusti.
Yeah, I'll have to read about that. I hadn't heard. Iran is really going through some hell, as is in Afghanistan now. It's really count your blessings and don't complain about anything because we don't know suffering. We don't know what suffering is, honestly.
Oh no. Okay, thanks for the question, Lizelle. We appreciate it. Here's one from PC in the live chat. Just watched President Zelensky speak to a joint session of Congress. Will the additional dollars he is asking for be approved?
Oh yeah, that's what I was talking about. The Republicans are acting like they're in kindergarten. They should be. People like that should be banned from running for office. Honestly, the guys are saying by the skin of our teeth, it will be approved. I think Mitch McConnell's going to step in. Believe it or not, when we're looking to Mitch McConnell to rescue everything, we're in a tight spot. I think it will. I think that they're going to get a talking to. I'll ask the pendulum.
Okay.
To block that is just, it's just like, oh, it's just like suicidal. It really is. And it like the Republicans being so difficult about this is just like glaringly obvious they're on Putin's side. Glaringly obvious. And I feel like Mitch McConnell's gonna talk to them, to talk some sense into them. Is it gonna pass? I get yes. Okay. Next question.
Next question comes from Cool Aunt, also in the live chat. Cool Aunt 516. Annette, will any more prisoners be released?
Oh, it's time for a commercial. Because her name is Cool Aunt, it reminded me.
Hold tight, Cool Aunt.
I'm a cool aunt. This is my niece's lunar calendar. Can you see that?
Oh yeah.
It's very small. And this isn't like the best copy, because this, I kind of got an extra one, and there's something on the back, so it might bleed through. It's a lunar calendar for 2023. And you can order one. You can email me to order one, or you can go to Emery's Fur, EMRYSFIR at
What?
Gmail.
Say that again, Annette. Say that address again.
I know. I wish you made it easier. EM like Mary, RYSFIR like the fir tree at gmail.com is her email. And they're $20, and you have the moon phases for the entire year, which is always good to know. And it's so artistically done. She's one of those people that was born gifted. She makes awesome art. I'm still working on her to get a tarot deck made. We have like 3 cards. She's 21.
69 to go.
Cool aunt.
Okay, I have that. Oh yeah, so Cool Aunt's question. Where was that? I've lost it in the live chat now.
Sorry, I think it was
Will any more prisoners be released?
for around the world. Will prisoners around the world be released from prison?
Let's say Russian prisoners. That's my guess.
Kory, you gotta be more specific.
That's my guess.
Next question. People have to be more specific. What prisoners? What are you asking about? Like, there's prisoners that were released, hostages, or prisoners from Afghanistan today?
Well, right. So one thing that could be confusing is if the live chat and they're all commenting or say we're talking Zelensky or Putin and there's live chat going on there, it could be just like clubbing off of that part
And
of
I'm
the
in
chat.
a dark there. I'm like, what?
And sometimes I'm not seeing things in real time. I'm going scrolling up to find certain things. So that might cause confusion.
There's prisoners all over the world.
How about you see any other prisoner exchanges between Russia and the US, like we saw with Griner?
Whalen will be released. I'm getting around March. I've been saying this war is going to be done by the end of January.
So she's asking more specifically, Americans imprisoned in other countries.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, prisoners will be released and not that are in other countries. I'm not just being a smart ass. I'm just like, I don't know what else you want me to say.
Okay. You never know when you're expanding on an answer or not. I
don't know them all by name. I mean, so I can't really name them. I know Paul Whalen is one. There's somebody who was a teacher, who's another. I think he'll be released too. I think the prisoners that were in Russia will be released. I did call Brittany Griner for the month of December. But I was really worried about the condition she was in.
Oh yeah, that wasn't pretty. But and by the way, she plans on playing basketball this year.
Good. It will be good for her. It will be good because she's got to do a lot of releasing. So that's the best thing for her to do is throw herself back into what she loves. And I do see a book too, because people are coming at her like, you need to write a book. Not right away.
Yeah. Let her get acclimated.
It's going to take a while.
We have a Warren Green question for you, Annette, and it goes
Warren,
like this.
Warren, get the bell. Warren, get the bell. Just because it's
Warren on the bell. When will 45 be indicted by Jack Smith?
Soon. I was saying, a lot of my viewers know this. I was saying the third week of December is going to be huge. Remember I was talking about that? Like I was telling you about the wave, the surfer, the surfed the largest wave in the world, set a record. Remember? I was comparing that. I was using that as a metaphor for what this week would be like.
I remember that.
We are not really being let down. Okay, so is Trump going to be indicted this week? Not this week, next week, the week after, January. Looks like January. Do we need a week? Okay. Time is tricky. Is it going to be the first week in January? No. Is it going to be the second week in January? No. The third week in January. Oh, it looks like the third week in January. It's interesting because I got the third week of December, something major would happen, and it has. And oh yeah, that's really strong for the third week. That's just the pendulum's jumping out of my hand. It's so excited. It's so weird when it does that. Look, it's going crazy. What the?
You're gonna knock yourself out.
I wonder why it's doing that. The spirits are lively tonight. That's usually, wow. Oh my gosh, that's a massive. I can't do anything about it. It's just spinning like crazy about Trump.
Will you eventually lift off and fly away if it keeps spinning like that?
I think a helicopter propeller right now. I just don't know what to do. I can't just like, all right, I'll bring it down here. Why is it doing that? I should be able to answer that question. Yep, well, it usually does that.
Yeah, our next question comes from Annette Dion. Annette.
It's slowing down now. Wow, it went crazy at Trump being indicted the third week. Now it's going up and down really. It's not me. I don't move the pendulum. Okay. Maybe just ask another question. Maybe it will calm down.
Based off of that?
That what you asked about Trump, and my pendulum just went bananas.
Okay. How about in the same vein? How long will it take for the Department of Justice to file an indictment against Rudy Giuliani?
Oh, I think they already have. Okay, it calmed down. I don't know what that was. Rudy, I've seen Rudy in jail. I've seen that. I mean, maybe a year ago that I predicted he'd be in jail. It's looking bad. He's got no defense. He's got nothing. I don't know how Rudy Giuliani is still walking around, honestly. The guy said he's hobbling. He's trying to hang on. Do you remember when he was doing those like infomercial kind of things? Like, and he had the Lincoln hat on. And I mean, these people are crazy.
Such a tool, I know. You went nuts.
With the Lincoln hat and Trump with the superhero cards, like, what?
Yeah.
And today, I don't know. I for some reason it popped into my mind. I was thinking about Marjorie Taylor Greene with a clown nose on. It's a freaking clown show.
Yeah, the circus is in town.
Unbelievable. And so grateful they're not in charge. Marjorie Taylor Greene, though. I mean, we'll have to ask about her. Anyway, Rudy Giuliani. 6 of Swords. That has to do with January 6th. 6 of Swords. What was it? Was the question what's going to happen to him?
Yeah. How long will it take for the DOJ to file an indictment against Rudy Giuliani?
It's going to be soon. Exact time is very hard to peg, but it's going to be soon. He's hanging on. he's kind of hanging on. He's sort of, kind of hiding. Well, the United States, the lover card keeps coming up about the United States. We love our democracy and we don't love what Rudy has done. So he can't really, he's no match for, he's in the wrong. He's no match for the right. I mean, the right, being on the right side of history.
Mm-hmm. Want another name? Same question, different name?
Sure.
Mark Meadows. How long will it take the DOJ to file an indictment?
He's on his way to jail. He's gonna, what I see Mark Meadows doing is like frantically trying to, okay, what can I give him this? Can I give him that? What can I give him? I gotta give him something. I don't want to go to jail. I see him frantically divulging evidence. I see him going to prison. I do. Giuliani, I see a prison sentence. I think he's going to fall ill, as I feel like Trump will fall ill also. I'm telling you, it doesn't pay to be a horrible person. Is Mark Meadows going to prison? Yep. And as soon as I got that, I got Steve Bannon too, who is going to prison. Bad. It's very bad. What's flashing behind you?
I think my chair's going in and out of the shop, but also I have a Christmas tree over here.
Yeah. It looks like you have a chair that matches your sweater.
Yeah, my chair, every time it might get in the shot every now and then. It's odd. And I have other sweaters hanging over this chair, so that pattern's coming through.
Oh, it's a thing now. It's trending.
Yeah.
Festive holiday sweaters as chair backs.
Mm-hmm. Okay, shifting gears now. Denise Claudette just joined the chat. That's Yellow Table Tales. So I like to call her Denise and the Claudettes because I think that her name begs to be a 50s band.
Did she change her name?
Yeah.
Oh, just because she felt like.
Yeah, that's her real name now. So Denise's question is, Annette, do all of your friends that you meet in your life get to meet each other in the spirit world and hang out and party until you show up? So basically, do your friends, family, associates, people of your life, do you meet them in the afterlife?
Yeah, but the thing that is hard to explain is that when people cross over, they're not people anymore. So I think, of course, we have this image of like, they look like they looked when they were here, and I always channel loved ones from the other side, people from the other side, in a reading, and they give me the impression of how they were in life, but it's very clear to me that they're not that on the other side. They're light and love. It's just like they're energies of light and love, and I kind of see that there's somewhat of a form to them, but it's not like here. They're very welcoming when you come over from here to the other side, but I just get the sense that they might appear when you cross over. We go through the tube of light and everything, and they might appear like a form of who they were in the earthly plane. But I think just like when they come to me, it's in a reading and they give me this sense of what they were like, what their personality was like, what they looked like when they were in the physical. It's just for recognition purposes.
Annette, can you ring the bell, please?
Okay.
Because we had a bot in the chat that was snuffed out by Thankful Mom, aka Justin's mom.
She's being such a mom.
So Justin's mom's back with us. Thank you, Justin's mom.
Good job.
Sending light and love your way, Justin's mom.
Always. Oh, she's back. Oh, good.
Yeah, didn't know. Awesome.
Well, this is a healing family we have here.
Good point.
It's a healing group.
Okay, and then in the same vein, now Jackie Lynn asks, when we die, what happens to our souls?
Didn't I just answer that?
Is there a heaven and a hell?
But okay, well, I just answered half of that question with another question, another answer to the other question.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a heaven and a hell? Is that what the question is?
Yep.
Once again, it's kind of the same answer. It's not the way that we think about it. The guides are giving me the sense of hell feels like you're suffocating. I don't mean like physically you can't breathe. I mean, the energy is really constricted. There's a sense of constriction. There's a sense of, it's commonly said with people that have near-death experiences and come back and remember things, that it's all about love on this plane. It's all about being loving and being caring and kind, being very kind and compassionate, genuinely, not covering up stuff, just genuinely kind from the heart is the greatest way to be. I mean, when you cross over, you're met with such, like, it's an expansive energy. It's like it's infinite. But when you live greedy and like criminal and mean and horrible and evil, then I feel like when you cross over, you just feel really constricted, like you're in a tight straitjacket and you can't get out. That's what I get.
Mm-hmm. Good stuff. Thanks for that, and thanks for the question. Not easy questions tonight, folks, but
I think you should. Let's ask Kory a question.
Yeah, fire any question. Sal usually shows up and asks me a football question at some point, so we'll see if he does that. I haven't seen Sal mention that yet, but we have an interesting one here for you, Annette. The federal government is now investigating school systems that are removing LGBTQ themed library books.
Yeah, they should.
The start towards stopping the insanity.
Yeah, when you ask the question, the very broad general question, what's the best thing that's going to happen in 2023? In the arena of what's gone on in the United States, we're going to see that stuff going away. Because that's fascism. That is fascism. And, there's a lot of people there's a bunch of yahoos out there that don't care to know anything about anything and will just remain ignorant by choice. But the fact of the matter is, the majority of the American people don't want fascism. So the investigations will go somewhere, and everybody write to your mainstream news media outlet like MSNBC and CNN and tell them to stop. I don't watch CNN anymore. To stop saying the name Ron DeSantis as if he's a viable candidate for the United States of America president. Stop saying Ron DeSantis as a viable candidate for president of the United States. Just write to your news, write to everybody who's talking about Ron DeSantis as a viable candidate. He's a fascist. He's a hater and he's a fascist. And we're not going to say the views expressed on this channel because that's factual. It's just factual. So it's not a view, it's not an opinion. If you look up fascism and you look at what Ron DeSantis is doing, it is a definition of it. Burning books. He has his own militia down there of right-wing supremacists, like violent terrorists. Anyway, next.
Folks, it is the top of the hour. It is now 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Annette and I are coming at you from Gloucester, Massachusetts. You're watching another episode, a holiday edition of The Psychic and the Sidekick. She's the psychic, Annette Dion. You can get a personal reading from her just by hitting her up at AnnetteDion7, the number 7, at gmail.com, or visiting psychicannetteDion.com. I'm Kory. I'm with Bridge Cape Band. Thanks for spending some time with us tonight. It's been great seeing everybody. And we're fielding questions in real time tonight. Annette, you can let me know when you want to slow things down and mosey on. But we've over 460 people in the audience tonight. So it's a big crowd.
Lord, don't they need to baking cookies? I guess you can watch the show while you're baking cookies.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, people get things done when they're listening.
I wanted to just interject there that if you want to book a session just more readily, just go to my website because you can book it right there. If you want to talk to me, I don't get enough email. I want people to communicate with me. Good stuff. AnnetteDion7@gmail.com. But if you write to me on my email address, I will just forward it to my assistant. And I have classes coming up in January every single Saturday about the law of attraction. It's a series. And you can sign up there on my website, psychic.annetteDion.com. I need to be better at marketing. I'm not that good at it. It's my New Year's resolution to be a better marketer. So I appreciate any help that you all can give me in terms of marketing. I've been in this business longer than I want to. I started when I was 5. What you reading there, Kory?
I'm sifting through questions to try to find one here and see if we can make sense of this one from Tailwind Farm. Annette, what comes to mind when you think about skeptics?
What comes to mind when I think about skeptics?
What comes to mind when you think about skeptics?
It's one of those broad questions.
We get them.
Skeptics about what? About everything? What comes to mind when I think about skeptic? It just depends on what you. I don't know how to answer that.
Fair enough.
Skeptics are skeptical about what?
Skeptics in general, maybe skeptics of your medium.
Don't you have to be skeptic? Oh, well, that makes more sense.
I'm extrapolating there, but we'll go with that.
There now, can they just elaborate a little bit? What are you referencing? Because I could be skeptical about things. Like if you told me that Trump's an honest person and Truth Social has all honest facts, I'd be like, I'm skeptical about that.
Question authority.
Well, more than that. But
Okay, so maybe we'll get a follow-up from Tailwind. In the meantime, Melanie Scott is asking about any upcoming pendulum classes.
Sure.
Well, you should make it a regular. You should try to do like a monthly thing or something.
Every Saturday in January, I've slated for, let's see, the 7th. There's 4 Saturdays in January, so those are all law of attraction. So probably the first Saturday in February seems like a good time to do another pendulum class.
Huh.
I'll put it on my website.
There you go, Melanie. Cool question.
Yeah, join us. My classes are a lot of fun. The Yule event was a blast.
Anna Lee Finch says, I'm trying to market for you. Annette Christian says, Annette, you can monetize your YouTube channel.
Thank you. I'm working on it. I did figure out how to get a tip jar going. I'm doing it in such a way that it's not like through YouTube so much.
Right. Yeah, we have a link to our PayPal account here too. That's how we were doing donations straight to Svetlana. It went through me to her PayPal. People can do that too here as well.
Okay, because we're giving YouTube a service, and I heard they're taking like 30%, which I have nothing to do with being paid through YouTube anyway, so it's neither here nor there to me. But the thing is, if you're attracting attention with your YouTube channel, you're doing them a huge favor, because then people will stay on longer, right? So
true. I will say, I don't think it's an unfair take, only because there are other ways to monetize. And honestly, and they give you a simple platform to reach a large audience as well. So I'm grateful for that. Now, you got to be a slave to the algorithm some way and try to stay on top of trends and all that crap. But at least we're doing this, which was impossible for us to do. I mean, I think of all those years on our old website, we could only have dreamed to have been able to do something like this.
Those were the days.
Or even when we were doing it live on Facebook, it's a whole different ballgame because it's so localized. And
I'm just saying what you're saying is you appreciate YouTube. Yeah, that's all well and good.
Right.
But also it's a two-way street, right? They benefit from us too, that's the only reason I'm bringing it up is like we forget that they're getting something out of us too. It's not just
value. Yeah, it's definitely valuable. Yeah. So there's that question from Beth Sacaloto. What is Tucker Carlson's fate?
He's going to be like another Rush Limbaugh. He's like Teflon. And, you know, like we call Donald Trump Teflon Don for the longest time, but that's coming to an end. He's not going to be Teflon anymore. He's lost his mind, for one thing. Tucker is he's going to be like the next Rush Limbaugh. He has like, I think Tucker Carlson has more viewers than anybody.
It has a huge audience. There's no doubt about that.
So there's that much hatred in the world. We have a lot of work to do in this country anyway, but in this world, because Russia uses Tucker as propaganda.
Okay, we've got a lot of stuff going on in the live chat now. Okay, so Yoon is saying, I like a replay class so I can watch it anytime. So that's a thought.
Oh, yeah. I was just talking to my assistant about that today. That will be happening.
Okay, so there's that. Tailwind Farm followed up and said, skeptics of the metaphysical world.
I don't bother with skeptics. Why? I mean, if somebody doesn't give you credibility, why even? I mean, I guess I don't judge it. I just go, well, to each his own, right?
Right.
I don't really have an opinion about skeptics. I guess I'm still confused about how to answer that. What do I think about skeptics? We all have been skeptics in past lives. I mean, so.
Yeah, I guess a question could be, like, how do you deal with people who are skeptical of you? Like, let's say randomly, someone just thinks you're full of it because of what you do. How does it bother you? Is it just water off your back?
If somebody doesn't respect what you do, are you gonna even, if somebody comes to you and they're like, Bridge, what are you doing? Maybe that happened to you.
Anytime it's been odd where they either mistake me for someone else or they don't get it after I explain things. And it's like, well, I've done, well, clearly there is this audience, this clientele, this following, reputation precedes itself. Like, so clearly all these folks are okay with what's going on. And if you don't get it, like, I can't pull, why am I going to waste my energy? I have this group that I'm trying to grow with.
What he said.
So there's that. Okay. More from the live chat. And by the way, thank everyone for the comments tonight. It's fun. Jem says YouTube takes 50%. So there's that.
Is it really? Yeah, I heard it was exorbitant. But like I said, I wouldn't know because I don't monetize my YouTube channel.
Right. Melanie Scotland says, when we tip through PayPal, does it go only to you? Yes, it goes directly to, goes directly to us. So actually, Anna Lee, I was going to bring this up before. I know we often ask people if they want to sign up for the Bridge Cape Ann newsletter. I do an email first thing every Thursday morning. Now, a lot of what I do, if you're not familiar with Bridge Cape Ann, is I market the area that I live in: Gloucester, Rockport, Manchester by the Sea, Essex, Massachusetts. It's the northeast corner of Massachusetts. And the businesses, the small business owners, the people in places that make this place special. There's that. And I'm trying to find a way to do that to a way that appeals to an international audience. And Christian Montone last night in our live chat articulated things beautifully in regards to how he views the channel and the kind of work we're doing. So I don't necessarily need folks to sign up for a Bridge Cape Ann newsletter because it's very localized content in there. And if you might be interested in that stuff, you can always sign up. Email me at hello@bridgecapeann.com. But if you would like to donate to the channel and help out in any way, maybe Annalie, you can occasionally just drop in the PayPal link that's in the caption of every video that we post here. And then also, she also posts our PO box in case we've gotten a lot of nice cards and letters in the past year. And then some people send gifts too. So there is that. So I just wanted to pass that along. So honestly, we say this over and over again. Annette and I can't believe that we got a following of this size, but also a devoted following.
You guys are
in a community that's that you've created here. So like we said before, we love doing this stuff with everybody. We know it's asking a lot for somebody to spend this much time with us, right? It's a lot of eyeballs, a lot of ears, We know you're busy with other stuff, everyday life and all that too. So be able to do this with you has been very special for us all year long. And we can't wait for 2023, onward and upwards. We have big things planned. I think in that some of these things are actually going to help market you, because I'll be able to drop in instead of just mentioning your email address or your website. People can actually visualize it on the screen if they're not necessarily part of the live chat. I just think it'll be more efficient ways for us to do this, but live and learn, right? So that is my spiel. Okay, I'm just scrolling up. Let me try to throw a question at Annette so I can get caught up with the live chat too. Is Lindsey Graham going to have a nervous breakdown?
Yeah. He's had a few already. He's not okay. I think he's drinking. He's just like Rudy Giuliani. I think he's drinking like a fish into oblivion. Were you looking for me to answer a question with a long answer so you could do something?
Well, Marilyn's asking, do you have any tarot classes lined up?
Tarot at the Castle, I'm going to make available on my website. I know I said that before. It's a huge undertaking because there's 78 cards and I go through every single one, and it takes about 8 weeks of 2-hour classes. So it will be available. Stay tuned. I should do a newsletter. Give me some ideas. But everything will be on my website. When I'm having a class, and I'll always mention it, it'll be on my website. I don't have that class up there yet. But the answer is yes. I just don't know when. Thanks for asking.
Yep. Shaylee, or I'm going to say Shaylee is saying I pay $13 a month for YouTube. Okay. I don't. I think some people in here do get the premium YouTube, or they've completely cut the cord. You do that too, Annette?
Yeah, I don't want to see commercials. I hate commercials.
Yep. Yoon's asking if I can check the real percentage. I think I can, Yoon. I thought it was something like 45 to 55% is what YouTube takes. Yeah, it is a lot. But there are other ways to monetize, and you can do it outside of YouTube, right? You can have Patreon or Discord or whatever in there, or the PayPal link. I don't know. But anyway, Kory, who will win the Super Bowl? Let's see. Final four should be Kansas City and Buffalo. I would think Cincinnati might surprise you. And then you might have, let's see, Philly.
How the Buccaneers doing?
They're struggling.
Look
at it. It's hard to count out Brady in the playoffs, but they're not that good. Philly looks pretty good. The NFC isn't that strong this year. So let's go with, I kind of want Buffalo to win because they've never won before. And the road goes through Buffalo, which is really hard to play playoff football in January in that city.
Yeah.
But they do owe Kansas City win because Kansas City knocked them out last year. So let's go with Buffalo over Philly. But I could be wrong.
That could be your new shtick, Kory.
Yeah, sports tarot. That's coming in 2023, folks.
The sports psychic.
Yeah, for gambling. I mean, for entertainment purposes only. How about this one from the Fireside Psychic? Annette, would you like to talk about the paradigm shift we're going through?
The Fireside Psychic?
Yeah, that's her. That's the handle.
Aren't you by the fire?
You are too. It's right over your shoulder in that sweater.
That's right. Look. The lights up. Can you see? You probably can't. Wait, look. You have to see it.
Yeah, I can't tell that it lights up. Oh, yeah, there we go.
It's in the light. Can you see it now?
Yeah.
Isn't that cool? Okay. What do you mean paradigm shift?
Are we going through a paradigm shift right now? Do you want to talk about that?
Can you define paradigm shift?
Can I define it?
Remember I said you gotta be specific.
All right, Fireside, please be more specific. How did you answer Marilyn on the tarot classes?
Yes, I said they will be available. There will be a class that was done not this past fall, but in 2021. We had a class. That will be posted. I just don't know when yet. So just if she can keep in touch through my website. Just visit psychicannetteon.com every once in a while. And we'll always talk about classes here. We'll do more promotion of what I'm doing.
Here's a cool one from Vera Maria Guimares. Greetings from Rio de Janeiro. Annette and Kory.
Sounds like it. Yeah.
How awesome is that? Jackie, Kory, what years were you in Hollywood? What was it like in Hollywood? I was there like 2006 to 11, somewhere in there. And I worked in the industry, the entertainment industry, which is pretty cutthroat. So I'm glad I was out there. I learned a lot. I learned what I didn't want to do with my life, but it was also a very progressive city, lots of great conversations, great colleagues. You learn a lot. You grow a lot out there. It was hard because you pretty much just live in your office or in your car or in your apartment, because that's just how the traffic is out there and the lifestyle is. But if you got away from the city, away from Hollywood, away from downtown Los Angeles, and you were out like by the beaches or anything, that's a whole different world out there. And, I think you live healthier despite the smog because the weather is so good. You're just outside and more active. Whereas here we have to hunker down 6 months out of the year. So I like that. But professionally, it was cool. I mean, I don't get starstruck, and I work with some celebrities out there. And that wasn't a big deal. That was kind of easy for me. But I took that skill set, brought it back home, and it was either get a pretty sweet paying job in Boston and maybe work for an advertising agency or something, or start my own thing. And I just wanted to make a living out of being myself and kind of be a professional friend. So I started Bridge Cape Band, befriended Annette years ago when we started. So it's got to be 10 years now. And we've been doing something like this for 10 years. So basically Annette would come to my home and we would shoot the breeze all the time. And this was before you could stream. So we either recorded some small videos. We weren't doing long form stuff, but she would do readings for my business, which you can also do for yours if you're involved in a business, or for you personally. And she did that for a long time. And then together we ended up doing live shows on Facebook for a very localized audience. Like we would go to local diners or the cemetery or something like that and do shows and answer questions in real time. And then by the time COVID hit, we were like, I kind of felt we were like spinning our tires, especially with Annette's business is built, because she could have an international clientele, and it wasn't going to happen at a super hyper local level, which is what my focus was and how I connect people. So, it was like, well, get out on YouTube, maybe even Instagram, where you can find people out there more easily. And then, of course, COVID happens. And then someone, like Annette can't fake it. You either have the gift or you don't, or people would call you a sham. And, the cream rises and people dig her. And the reason why we don't discount the reason why we got this big audience to begin with, we collaborated with Linda G last year early, got a ton of followers. I think most of you found us through those early videos. And then you've all stuck with us throughout this entire year as we just sort of learned this new medium and the algorithm and the channel and the behavior. And that's why we keep saying how appreciative we are of what has become of all this. So How's that, Annette?
Real friends keep coming back.
There you go. There's the bumper sticker. There's your t-shirt idea. You're always looking for t-shirt ideas.
Real friends keep coming back for more. I don't know if that's always a good thing. Real friends will always stick by you through anything.
Yeah. Look, so now you should go and read through these after. There's lots of positive feedback in here. Fireside Psychic, I just found you a few weeks ago. Awesome. Well, welcome, Fireside. We appreciate it. What are you doing?
I'm having my own little party over here.
What is that?
Magic potion from Salem.
Is that just alcohol you just sprayed under your tongue?
No, it's magic. It's a magic spell in oil form. I'll let you know if it works. It's from a store called Hex. Hex.
Get them to sponsor us in that.
Apparently they have they're in Salem, but they're also in New Orleans. Hexwitch.com. They make their own potions. It smells amazing.
Damon says, yes, and once I found you, Kory and Annette, I was hooked. Well, thanks for that, Damon. We love seeing
Aw.
your name in there all the time, Damon.
Must be hooked too, because we do this every single week.
Yeah. Well, I think that's means something when you're there for people more often. You make yourself open like that too. So you need a question, Annette?
Oh, it's almost, we're going on 9:30 almost.
Yeah, it's your call, however you want to do this. Let's
We
see.
put a, it's 9:20.
Let's see. Hannah Webb is saying Russia issues dire warning over Ukraine's fate if U.S. delivers weapons.
Yeah, he's all upset. Putin's all upset, especially with Zelensky here. We have to pray for protection.
Carol Bastian, love you both and appreciate the big doggy. I used to raise mastiffs and I miss them so much. Such loyalty. Yep, Bub's literally laying on my feet over here. So thanks for that. Kory, will you and Annette be live next week? We will be live next week. So we're going to play last year's New Year's Eve show. I think it's 6 p.m. That lasts just about an hour. And then we'll be on 7 p.m. and do the same thing for you. So, and I'll probably be, we're going to replay the Annette and Linda G show this Friday night. And then I'll go on live Tuesday night and gather questions for the next time I'm with Annette on Wednesday. So there's that. Rondaroo, we love you both. Thank you. Thank you.
It's going to be like what we did tonight. It's going to be different.
Carol loves your patriotism, Annette.
Thank you. We're all real patriots, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're all real patriots. And my Grassroots of Democracy, the group that I started, is still going strong. It's been almost a year. I started that group in January.
Cheryl Clark's asking if you're going to be on tomorrow night.
What's tomorrow night? Oh,
I don't know. Were you doing the music thing tomorrow night? Is that a Thursday?
yeah, that's usually Grassroots of Democracy meets, but because it's a holiday, we have to take a few days off. We've been meeting every week, twice a week. So in lieu of our regular meeting, which is in a Zoom room, I'm going live streaming on YouTube with a concert with my friend Sean Galloway.
It's awesome.
From Nashville. And there's a new feature on YouTube that you can just invite somebody to join you. Did you see that?
Yeah, I didn't do that last night because I wanted to send Christian a Zoom link to hop in. So I might actually, during my Tuesday night question gathering sessions, I might invite one of our viewers, to pop in and hang out and introduce himself to the group.
Channel though. I think they have to have a channel.
Not a channel necessarily. Just a handle, just an account. I just said, to me, if I'm doing it through Zoom, I can send that link to anybody and they can come in.
Yeah, I know, but there's this new feature. So I thought you had to send it to someone who had a YouTube channel.
Not necessarily. Okay, we have a bunch of questions pouring in, Annette. You want some more?
Please stalling.
Lori McCammon, what is the fate for Aptera, the solar-powered car company? You have the fate of solar-powered car companies?
Oh yeah, it's going to expand slowly. Keep in mind, the fossil fuel industry is still trying to keep down the technology. And I see Elon Musk failing. Tesla will not be in the lead anymore. And by the way, Elon Musk did not invent the electric car. Just so everybody knows. People have been going around with this delusional idea that he probably, made everyone believe that he was this super smart scientist. He's not so smart. So Tesla's going to lose a lot of money. And electric, there's going to be how there's so many different car companies, and there's going to be all these car companies, and they're all selling electric cars. That's what we're going to be seeing. So you can buy all these different companies, they're all going to have electric cars.
Yeah. Did I see that the U.S. Postal Service is they vowed to move entirely electric within a few years? Am I making that up?
That wasn't the original plan by Louis DeJoy. Talking about Louis DeJoy at our little post office today. He was like, weren't you at the other post office? And I'm like, yeah, they kept jacking up the price. And he was like, I know, I don't know why they do that. He says, I said, well, I don't see any improvements. It's like, no explanation. that we have to get a handle on that, because that's happening across the board. Electric bills are going up, all these bills are going up, and these big corporations are gouging people. Not that the post office is a corporation, but Louis DeJoy is trying to treat it like it's a corporation and gouge people, and not, oh, we just jacked up the price, like, because you can't live without it. Can you live without electricity?
Mm-mm.
The Ukrainians are being forced to right now,
Mhm.
but so they can soak you.
They are tough people, man. You can't knock them down.
No, it's amazing.
It is. How about this one from Cheryl Clark? Is Elon going bankrupt?
No, I read on that before, and he's not going bankrupt because he has too much money. So he's not going to go bankrupt. But I do think that he'll bankrupt Twitter. Like Elon Musk is not going bankrupt, but he's bankrupting Twitter. They lost a lot of advertisers. That's for sure.
We've got some new blood in the chat, and we've got a ton of questions coming in. So we'll try. This is from Terry Hall. This is a good one. Does Annette see folk music coming back to help us heal the divide from the last few years? A resurgence of folk music?
No.
Merry Christmas, Terry.
That's my Gumbadi. My Gumbadi, Terry.
Oh, is it really?
She's my helper, yeah.
Oh, cool. Hi, Terry.
Helpers, yeah. I know you'd think that I would say yes, but I don't see it.
Fair enough.
Unless corporate America like breaks down and becomes no longer the leader in all areas. Like, here's the deal. I mean, I saw this happen in Nashville, where you could be the most amazing genius songwriter that's ever existed, and you would never be noticed, because these yahoos that work for these record companies that aren't really the source of where music sales are coming from anymore as much, but they didn't know anything about music. All they knew about was like, you got to wear your skirt this short, and you got to have this look, and you have to be this weight, and you have to look like, show as much skin as you can and make these noises. That's what happened. So nobody, well, I don't mean nobody, I'm just grossly generalizing. Nobody really understands that they're not hearing the quality of music that people are creating. If you go to the symphony, it's amazing. If you go to the opera, it's just amazing what human beings are capable of. But corporate America has cheapened music to such an extent that unfortunately we have generations of people that don't know what a great song is. And folk music is on the way of, I mean, there's the younger generation. They do have an interest in like my niece was telling me to watch the movie Rocket Man. We were talking about that, right?
Yep.
I'm like, what a great movie. I love it. I know all the words to all the Elton John songs. It's so awesome. I'm so grateful that that's part of my history and my memory banks, that I have entire songs. I know every word to Thunder Road by Bruce Springsteen. And we sang it together. We would go to parties in high school and sing the whole entire song, when we had enough to drink.
Well, yeah. Well, one thing that the internet has done is it's helped some of the small, the unknowns out there, musicians or artists in general, at least start to find their own audience.
Yeah, you have to find your own audience. You have to specialize. You have to find your little niche and stay, be in your corner. But it didn't used to be like that. Music was universal. I remember in our video we just showed from last year, we were talking about We Are the World, and when really everybody was singing the same song. Literally. That's not going to happen again.
Yeah, audiences are so fractured now. There's just so many outlets.
And then our societies are fractured.
They can work for and against you. Yeah. How about this one? from Khaki F. Please tell me DeJoy will be gone very soon.
He will be in the spring.
Hmm.
Writing letters to the Board of Governors, the United States Postal Service Board of Governors. Do not think that it doesn't matter if you write an email, because it does matter, because everyone else is thinking the same thing. Oh, it doesn't matter if I write an email. It does matter. That's what Grassroots of Democracy is about. And you can sign up for that on my website too. psychicannetteDion.com. Just go to the upper right and click on the page. This is Grassroots of Democracy. I just have to talk about it. All you do is you fill in your email address and then you get sent the Zoom link. That's all it is. We're not asking you for money. We're just asking you to join us and being involved. And it's more fun to work together as a group. And it's more effective too. But we're getting rid of them. We're doing it.
Annette, do you see General Motors going bankrupt?
No.
Okay.
That's those kind of.
I don't know what else.
I mean, they're going to be all building electric cars. So why would they go bankrupt?
I don't know. Hey, I know you don't want to get into financial stuff, but so one thing I've noticed, right? And because I'm doing my rounds talking to small business owners for the holiday season, and they've noticed that sales via credit card have doubled this year, which means people are spending money they don't really have. Now it happens more during the holiday season naturally.
You don't know that. You don't know they're spending money that they don't have.
Well, right, but they've seen this in the past before there's been a recession. When they see credit card sales are skyrocketing compared to any sort of cash sale.
Your question, but I'm just going to say that I don't think that that's what's going on.
Okay. Okay, yeah, throwing it out there.
You know what I think is that credit cards are skyrocketing because, you know, nowadays when you pull out cash, people look at you like, what is that? Honestly, it's the truth. Oh, and you're going to give me actual change. We talked about this last year, you know, money going away, not in that video we just watched, but that's what's really going on. I'm not buying this, you know, oh, inflation, oh, we're all going to, I'm not buying it. Literally. Unintended. Anyway, I'm sorry. I didn't finish your question. I got all snarky.
Oh, no, it's totally fine. I was just going to say, do you believe in the term recession? Do you think that one is coming right?
I think you've gathered that by now, right?
Yeah.
Because we're the creators of our own reality and we block the money. I'll shut up about that. But come to my classes in January and we will work through the blocks.
Right. I'm just throwing things out here. Blue Moon, I believe Kory is right about credit card thing. Maggie G, I'm using my credit cards to earn cash back and rewards. So
you guys.
Christine Ramel, also a lot more people buy online and use credit cards. This is true. Dottie, I agree with you, Annette. Some places won't take cash. Cheryl Clark, things are going to level out. Melanie Scott, couldn't credit card sales be correlated to online shopping? I pay off my cards every month. Yep, absolutely. There's no doubt about that. And people use it more, and especially younger people aren't used to carrying cash or especially coins at this point. So there is that. So yeah, good discussion there. While Annette stepped away, a reminder, if you would like a personal reading with Annette, you can ask personal questions, anything you want in that form. You can hit her up at her through a website, psychicannetteDion.com, or email her at AnnetteDion7, the number 7 at gmail.com. And of course, she's mentioned her pendulum class, which is going to be starting, I think, the first Saturday in February, she said, something like that. And then also a tarot card class is on the way as well. So there is that for you. I don't know what I have to share with anyone. If you want to sign up for my newsletter, just email me at hello@bridgecapeband.com or whatever. If you want to support the channel, we have a PayPal link here as well, too. Our next big stuff is we're going to have a Linda G and Annette replay from last New Year's Day. I think it was January 2nd. If you guys want to check that out, But then next week, Annette and I are going to do the same thing we did tonight. So we're going to replay last year's New Year's Eve show, and then we're going to come on live and do another one of these sessions for you there too. So there is that. And then I'll go on next Tuesday night and gather questions again. But we're seeing a lot of new names in the live chat tonight. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope you guys like how we do things here. So
don't ask me about the price of gas, and don't ask me about inflation, and don't ask me about the stock market, and don't ask me about the economy, and we're good.
other than that, she's fine. If you can ask about Gucciadadis, if you want to know what those are.
I had 2 of them.
Did you really? Yeah, that's your dinner probably.
Yeah, because I actually have a salad and I ate the cookies instead.
That sounds about right. You're entitled. It's the holiday season. So, all right. What do you want to do, Annette? We're just after 9:30 now.
Okay, let's do 2 more questions.
Okay, we've got a big crowd right now too. We're over 470, which is nice.
Well, I'm going to do a live from my channel. Please subscribe to my channel. I'm going to do a live on Friday. I've been doing Friday Night Live, and that's going to be at 7 p.m. And over the weekend, I have my own church of spirituality. And I just want to tell everybody, if you want to feel good, tune in. Christmas Eve, I'm doing 10 p.m. Eastern time. Christmas Day, since it falls on a Sunday, it's going to be the time of my usual weekly service at 1 Eastern time. And those are both live streamed, no obligation. Come and be spiritually inspired. Spiritually inspired. It's really about the law of attraction. I should just law of attraction. The Church of Law of Attraction.
Jenna Nolan's been with us for a long time. Have you done 2023 predictions? So now, should I be looking for specific things when I'm asking for New Year's predictions?
Why don't I just come on with the subject area?
Yeah, you can do that. You can do that.
You can say, okay, what's going to happen with, just general things that everybody wants to know.
Yeah. Yeah. It was interesting to watch that last, the video from last year, and, the things that were on our mind then that are on our minds now,
I'm sure you should have won the chimney shirt.
We took a poll. You give the people what they want.
I was going to wear a different shirt, and then I'm like, I need to wear the same shirt I wore last year and confuse everybody.
Well, we can. So maybe we just do that. We go out and matching style next week.
Oh, we already did that.
Yeah.
You don't want to beat the joke to death.
Well, you never know. You might get another ugly sweater for Christmas, right?
Are you getting me an ugly sweater for Christmas? I mean, I could maybe find one. If I go to
All right, another question. This is from M. Daly is asking, do you have any take on the Idaho murders? Remember we got that question a few weeks ago. Have you looked into that at all?
This will be the 3rd time I've answered that question. Ready?
Has anything changed in that story?
And I'm going to just say it fast.
Yeah.
It was you asked, and then, it was one of our shows, and then on my Friday Night Live, somebody asked, and I'm going to say it for the 3rd time. It was a person who was possessed by a demon. And I saw them hiding in the woods, and I saw that they would be caught. And that's all I can say because it's too horrifying. Yeah, but I said within 2 weeks, but I think they got some leads within that 2-week time span. So it's been 3 or 4 weeks now. I don't know. But some things are just too hard to look at. Psychic.
I'm out of questions in that.
You're out of questions?
Yeah, I think at this point I am.
That never happens.
Well, we've been on for 3 hours.
We don't need any. Well, we've been on since 7. We didn't come on till 7 because we were watching the show from last year. So, if you're out of questions, that's great. We're done.
How about this one?
I thought you were.
Annette, do you think that this loving shift is growing exponentially, particularly after the first of the year? Is this the paradigm shift? So it's a loving shift?
Well, I didn't answer the paradigm shift question. Did you notice I didn't answer that? That wasn't intentional. I just don't know what I don't know what somebody's definition of a paradigm shift is. That's such a big word. So I don't know how to answer that one.
Okay.
And I mentioned that, my friend Sean, and actually this song has traveled very far. It was originally called I Choose Love, and now he changes to We Choose Love. We have to choose love. We have to literally just say, I choose to be loving. Even when I don't feel like it, I choose love. I do see that. Wasn't I saying that earlier about, yeah, I was saying that earlier about, life after death, that we will all will feel good crossing over to the other side, that we were good, right? And people are going to start looking at, I sort of alluded to it a few times tonight. People will be looking at how evil and awful the Republicans are being, not wanting to help the Ukraine, for instance. And they'll choose to not be going in that direction because it's wrong. And it feels terrible to think about going, not helping people in dire need. And not helping them is harmful to us. So people will be going the way of, loving and helping. Yeah. Say the question again? I don't know.
I can't find that question now. I mean, the chat's going crazy.
We have to choose it. The chat's going crazy. I thought you were done.
No, you get the most at the end of the night is when you had the most people in there. And so how about this? Colleen Braun, the outcome of the E. Jean Carroll sexual assault case against Trump.
Guilty.
Mm-hmm.
You want to do lightning round?
We're doing it right now. Maria Rodriguez, we love Maria. How many seats left vacant by the indicted Republicans will be filled by Democrats?
About 7. I get 5 to 7. This isn't very lightning-like.
No, there's some of these questions are just, I gotta get a little more specific.
I feel like I just looked at the clock and it was like, 5 minutes have passed, and actually 25 minutes have passed.
Yeah, let's go with, all right, how about this one? What's going to happen with the NRA?
That's like a stubborn rock that you're trying to push out of the way and it won't budge. That's what it feels like. And it feels like it's going to be up to the American people to overthrow the NRA. I mean, I think that we will eventually, but it's really just rooted in like a huge boulder. It will move, but it's going to take time, strategic planning and time and commitment to the cause. We are the most heavily armed country in the entire world by exponential numbers. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Annette,
like 100 guns to every 100 people.
Your glasses are going on. Does that mean you're drawing something?
No, not really. I was just thinking about it.
Let's go. How about we go to the community card then?
Okay. You didn't have any other burning questions?
No, it takes too much at this point.
Yeah, and you have to go have some more hot cocoa and stuff, right?
No, I'm in pretty good shape now. The holiday season's here. I have some light stuff to do. I'm actually working on the new website and the YouTube channel tomorrow for a bit, so it's all good.
So yeah, everybody, make sure you tune into my channel tomorrow for the live stream concert. Let's see. 3 community cards for this winter solstice. Peeps, I didn't even open mine. I ate cookies instead. Okay, so this is what we're going to be seeing. Well, we have a couple weeks of holiday stuff coming up. So the 2 of Swords is we're going to feel like things are at a standstill, but that's kind of because of the holidays. the Four of Swords. Be patient. Over the next week, just put the word patience on your wall and just keep it there. Write the word patience and hang it on the wall, because these times will require patience. The Page of Wands is like, this seems to be pointing to what's going on in the United States, but I do the Psychic News Network, so I always read the collective cards as what's going on in the United States. I'm kind of wired that way. The Page of Wands, we will be hearing news about, bits and pieces of what's going to be coming out in terms of indictments and, justice being, happening. So the Two of Swords is like, don't be discouraged because things feel stuck in your, either personally or collectively. Because we are in a little bit of it's like the Four of Swords is like, you remember this card from the other tarot. The Four of Swords is like, everybody needs to just take time and retreat and rest and rejuvenate. The winter solstice time, traditionally in ancient cultures, was a time that they would just stay in bed all day because they didn't have heat. So it was literally a time of hibernation. And if we are not in the mode of, okay, it gets dark really early, got dark at 4 o'clock today. It's the shortest day of the year in terms of daylight. If you feel like hunkering down, then hunker down. Exercise, during the day, but make sure that you just kind of close things down the next couple of weeks. Stay healthy, do healthy practices, but don't expect too much of yourself. I feel like at the end of the year, we need to all just like kick back and go, I'm not going to expect too much of myself because, I can rest from a year well spent, Like, don't be pushing things when this is not a time for pushing. This is a time for just, reflecting and Mercury goes retrograde on the 29th next week. So that's a time for just going inward too. As Mercury retrograde gets a bad rap, but it really is a time for restoring, energetically. So there's that.
Well said, Annette. Okay, so folks, you can follow Annette for her musical show tomorrow night on her channel. What's 7:30 on Thursday?
7:30 Eastern time will be live.
Beautiful. And then you can watch the replay of last year's New Year's prediction show with Annette and Linda G. That'll be Friday night. I think I have that scheduled for 6 o'clock. That's a couple hours long. I think it's 6 or 7. You can check out on my community tab. And if I'm around, I'll sit in on that chat with everybody to hang out there too. And then next week, Tuesday night, I'll come on live 7 p.m. Eastern to gather questions for this show with Annette next Wednesday night. So we're going to replay on next Wednesday our New Year's Eve show from last year. And then that's going to go right into me and Annette being live for you once again right here. So there is that. So, David Bent just popped in. Merry Christmas from Sydney, Australia. From Rio de Janeiro to Sydney, Australia, folks. To Singapore to California. Come on. Unbelievable, right? Okay.
After all. Also, so next week is our last show of the year.
Yeah.
It's been a good.
It has been a really good year. So we need to thank our moderators, Annalie Finch, as always, Christian Montone, as always. Welcome back, Thankful Mom. That's Justin's mom. We're so happy to have you back with us. And thanks for all the time and effort you put into making this channel sing for the last year or so, which is awesome. Annette, thank you for your time and your gifts as usual. It was a fun one.
Yeah, it's always fun. We love our fans.
Yeah. So, like I said, if you want to chat with Annette on your own time and do a one-on-one reading, get personal, psychic@AnnetteDion.com or email her at AnnetteDion7@gmail.com. If you want my newsletter tomorrow morning, hello@bridgecapeband.com. Just email me and I add it in. I don't do anything with your address. I just add you to the list. And other than that, maybe I'll see you guys Friday night. Stay tuned to the channel to learn something more. And then next year, trust me, we're going to turn things up a notch. So we thank everybody again for your eyes and ears as usual. I'm going to go see if I can wake this guy up.
Oh, yeah, I were referring to the dog.
No, no, you have Sadhguru and I've got whoever this guy is. That's
I always have Sadhguru. He's always with me.
Creepy. I have some creepy guy in my living room. So that's it, Annette. We'll see you, I don't know, sooner than later. Oh, I'll let you know about doing the in-studio show if we want to fool around with that next week, and then we'll plan on doing this again next Wednesday.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, good. Thanks, Annette.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, everybody. Happy Hanukkah. Merry Christmas. Yeah, and we'll see you on the other side, okay?
All right, bye, namaste. See ya. Thank you.
All right. And so I always let Annette do her little goodbye first, because the way YouTube works, once I stop the broadcast, YouTube actually clips the last 10 seconds or so off, so you never really get to see our goodbyes there sometimes. So anyway, we see all the well wishes and sweet words in the chat. Thanks for all that again. I will see you guys next week. Like we said, happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas. Thanks for the time. I got to go get to work. We'll say bye from the llama and adios for now. We'll see you soon, folks. Bye.